How do we know?
We're live.
We're live?
We're
Okay.
live.
And we're live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Purple Pill Pod, episode 14, the number one show in the world for dating. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and go follow the podcast Instagram and TikTok tag below. If you want to come on the show, please DM me on Instagram. I'm always needing more single ladies. Shout out to JR and Donnie tonight, my producers. We got a streaming already set up, so if there's anything going on in the stream, if y'all hear anything wrong or anything, please let us know because we're doing all new stuff tonight. Um, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I want to introduce two special guests we got tonight. We'll let you go first, ladies first. Why don't you go ahead and plug in what your YouTube channel is and how they can find you?
Hello, I am TJ Randolph, and I can be found on YouTube under Mosaic with TJ Randolph, and on Instagram mosaic.tjrandolph.
Okay, nice. And then why don't you give them or plug in your stuff too, man?
All right, what's up, everybody? I'm Don. You can find me on YouTube as Chef Don. That's ChefDon, or you can find me on Instagram as the Chef Don. TheChefDon.
Nice, and it's plugged up on the screen for y'all now, y'all, because we got StreamYard going. That's awesome. Thank you, bro. And then so let's go ahead and start with the ladies to go ahead and introduce yourselves so we can get the show going. Ladies, why don't you start with? We'll start with you. Your name, your age, your education level, and what do you do for work?
Okay, so my name is Shotzi. I am 29. I have a master's degree in science. I currently work in clinical research.
A master's degree?
Yes.
So
sir.
where'd you get that at?
So I got my master's degree at Liberty University, but I got my bachelor's at UNT. So
Okay.
Dallas is home right now.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. What about you? What's your name, your age, your education level, and your work?
Okay, my name's Alyssa. I'm 25. I am currently going for my bachelor's in business management. I actually just switched from education, so I had to backtrack a little bit. And that's over at UNT. And I actually have two jobs. I'm a bartender / manager at a small town restaurant, and then I'm also a caterer for a global company.
Nice. Well, shout out to UNT.
Do you want to plug in where you work at so all the guys can come visit you?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely not. That's scary. All right. What about you? Go ahead and give them like your name, your age, education level, and what you do for work also, just so everybody can know about you.
Oh my stars! I am TJ Randolph. I am double nickel. I am 5'5", 55 in the house.
Yeah,
We got some
baby.
experience here
That's
tonight,
right.
guys.
And what I do for a living is nothing because I am gainfully retired from the federal government.
Whoop, whoop.
So
Whoop.
I get to do whatever the heck I want to do right now, which is I do my YouTube channel as a hobby. So
Okay.
I'm retired.
Helping people.
That's right.
Helping, yeah. All right. And then what about you, bro? Go ahead and plug your name, your age, your education level, what you do for work.
All right, I'm Don again, 25 years old. I'm a content creator, and I also work at a tech company, and I have a master's in business administration.
Nice, bro. Okay. Then what about you, man? Let's get your name, your age, education level, and what you do for work. Your credit score if you want to brag on somebody, you know.
How you doing? I'm BJ, and I'm actually a barber now. I'm 21, and I also do music on the side as well. It's just something I like to do, so I really consider it my passion. So
Okay. Yeah, you got to do more than one thing. You can't just have one job these days.
always.
All right, so now we're gonna ask way more questions that are about who y'all are because this is a dating show. We want people that are watching to know more about y'all because they might want to slide in the DMs. You know, you never know. We'll start with you this time, bro. How long have you been single, and why'd your last relationship end?
I've been single going about a year. February to make a year, and I just feel like we kind of just grew apart from each other. Everything just her passions weren't mine, and I understood that mine wasn't hers. So at that point, we got to let each other go.
Okay, talk a little bit closer to the mic too when you
got
can.
you.
But yeah, I got you, man. And then so Don, since you're are you in a relationship still? Last time you were on, you were in a relationship.
So I like to keep my relationship info kind of private, but yes. And the reason why my last relationship ended is because my new relationship started.
Okay, yeah. Hey,
Let's go.
monkey branching. All right. Now I want to know for you, how long have you been single, and why did your last relationship end?
I think it's been about a year since I've been single, and it was just like serial cheating.
Serial
and
cheating.
Manipulation.
Okay.
So
On whose part?
on his,
Okay.
Here,
girl.
talk a little closer. On his.
On his.
So why have you been single for a year though?
I kind of took some time to like get my own self together because you know how that can be like you just
Once you're over it, you're over
yeah,
it.
once you're over
You
it,
gotta take a
you're over it.
break.
Yeah. So I took a little break, and now like I'm out there, I'm seeing what's out there. And
So you are trying again. So the people
yeah,
watching,
I'm
they can.
trying, you guys.
She's trying. Okay. Well, how long have you been single, and why did your last relationship end?
So I want to say 2 years, but the honesty in me is going to say a year because we got back together for a little bit.
It was a
So
situationship for a little bit.
a little bit. We tried it again and it just didn't work out. And it just proved more that we've known each other since we were really young. We were friends for a long time first. And we just, as we grew up and you start reaching your early 20s, you realize that maybe your lives aren't heading in the same direction.
Yeah.
Maybe, things fizzle out.
Yeah,
Things happen.
the stuff from high school I feel like never lasts. Like it's something that we all wish that like our first love would last and stuff, but it just never does. Like it's just you always get over that person because you're like, there's a way better guy out here than you,
Yeah.
obviously. And then like for him, he needs to experience way more. Like I think high school relationships are so rare these days that they actually work.
Well, it wasn't really high school. I mean, we knew each other back then, but we didn't start dating until we were like out of
Oh, y'all were just
graduated
more friends
later.
back then.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But things happen.
Okay. And for you, since you're in a relationship, why don't you just tell us how long have you been with him and how did y'all meet?
I am married. I've been married 3.5 years. I've been with my husband for a little over 4 years, and we met online. I reached out to him, as you always say, I slid into his DM. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So I slid into his DM and I said, "Hey there," and the rest is history.
I think women have to try a lot more today and like have to do the sliding in the dim sometimes. Or for the guy that you want.
Mhm.
For the guy you really want, sometimes you gotta be the one that's pursuing. My girl pursued me. That's just how it works. So now I want to know, guys, how long was your longest relationship? I'll start with you this time. How long was your longest relationship?
Okay, so my longest relationship was 2 years.
And was that the last person that you broke up with a year ago?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We were engaged, actually, guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so who called that off? You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once
Cheating.
you're done, you're done.
Yeah.
You're
If he was
done.
cheating, you can't do that, huh?
Yeah, and too much, just too much.
Okay.
So
What?
when was it a deal breaker? Like the 50th time or the first time?
So it got to the point where it's like you kind of suspected, like as a woman, you have that intuition. But me actually like seeing it written down on text and like viewing it and then noticing like the patterns, like, okay, you're not coming home. What are you doing? I'm calling you, you're not picking up. Like just starting acting really different. And so I just, maybe it took me like a month of that, and then I was like, I cannot do this.
So he was cheating for a month and you knew it?
No, he was cheating for longer than that. So I found out he was cheating our entire relationship.
He's one of those guys. I'm guessing. I want to know,
Man,
like,
he
how,
was
like,
good at it. He
I want
was
to know,
good
like,
at it.
how valuable was this guy? Did he have a really good career?
He had a really good career, a great career, actually.
But like, was it a job that, like, was he just a drug dealer? Was he actually like a real career?
It was a real career. So he was in sales.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was making pretty good money. Took
Okay.
care of me, and so that kind of overshadows some things. You don't really
Like,
pay
was he
attention,
fully
I
taking
guess.
care of you? I want to know, like, were you like basically like a stay-at-home girlfriend kind of?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you hear this story time and time again where a guy will like get a girl to be a stay-at-home girlfriend and then they start cheating on him.
Yeah. That's so whack.
And they
That's
ruin
so
it,
whack.
and they ruin it for a lot of the good guys out here that will do that,
Yeah.
and they won't cheat on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sucks. Here, let's go ahead. I want to know, how long was your longest relationship?
Well, first I want to say that's why you're not only too good for him, but also too pretty for him.
Girl, thank you.
Oh, hype each other up, guys.
Stop it.
I've had 2 long-term relationships, both for 4 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. Blaze Lightyear with the $5. Here's the classic question for the ladies: attractive, successful, faithful. Only pick 2. The one omitted cannot be altered. Shout out to my bro, JR. Shout out to you, JR.
And
So,
shout
yeah.
out to you, Buzz.
So yeah, choose. Ladies, choose.
Let's do that after we do this round of questions.
Okay,
and
yeah,
then we'll
yeah,
get
yeah.
to this one.
Yeah. We'll finish this round of questions first. So you said 2 relationships, 4 years each, correct?
Mhm.
All right, and then just for everybody to know, how long was your longest relationship other than with your husband? Did you have one longer than that before?
Actually, yes. And it was about 4.5, 5 years. And that was about maybe 8 years before I met my husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man. So you were single for a while before you met your husband.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
For you, bro, how long was your longest relationship?
Probably 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. Everybody's committed people around here. What about you, bro?
Mine was 2.5 years.
Okay, yeah, everybody's here, all been here in relationships for at least a couple
I've
years.
only had one though, so
Okay. Yeah, I mean you're young, so I expect you not to have a bunch of fucking relationships, man.
Were you
Hopefully.
in love?
Really?
Do you love her?
All right, I'll go back to it really
Yeah.
quick since we did that question. So, ladies, just really quick, attractive, successful, faithful. Pick two of those: attractive, successful, faithful.
I'm gonna say successful, faithful.
Successful and faithful.
So he can be
okay.
ugly?
He can be ugly.
A little bit.
That's good.
Just
a
a
little
little
ugly?
Just a little
Okay.
ugly.
What about you?
I'm gonna say the same: successful and faithful, because attractiveness is different to everybody.
Even if he's a little scrawny, skinny guy like me.
Hey, you know what?
I'm-
There's somebody for everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
But the question is like attractive. So like,
I mean, he might not be
What's-
attractive to me, but he could be attractive in the general sense. Maybe
As
he's
far
just
as-
not what I'm into. But if
but that's
he's
the question. It's like, if
What if
that
he was
person-
ugly? What if he was just 5'6" and 200 pounds?
Yeah, they're
I'm
not
5'1", so
you can handle the 5'6" guys.
Success and faithfulness is something that's honestly, sadly, not so common sometimes. So I will take that and live a happy life with my ugly husband.
I'm proud of you for saying that.
Turn up. Let's go.
I love hearing these type of answers because it reinforces what I try to teach men all the time. So yeah, thank you. And then what about you? Can you go ahead and tell us how? Or wait, did you say how long your longest? Wait, no. Wait, you can't answer this one. Or no, yes you can.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, go ahead. Which one? Yeah.
Sergio, your thoughts sitting there playing Marco Polo with himself and shit.
Bro, I drank coffee before this show, so my brain is like going crazy with the alcohol. I'm losing it, guys. I drank a whole thing from I don't know what it was, but yeah, go ahead. Which one of those two would you pick?
I'll take successful and faithful for 500.
Successful and
Yes.
faithful.
Yo.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because women don't care about looks, guys. They care about provisioning. I'm telling you, if you're actually a
Absolutely.
provider, they will take you all day long. Or if you have the drive to become a provider.
And it makes sense because if you think about it, if you want a long-term relationship, attractiveness is not going to get you long-term.
You're
Successful
correct.
and being faithful will.
yes.
So those are good answers.
And,
Very
and
true.
if I may add, successful is not necessarily six figures. Let's keep it 1,000. Wow.
True. Yes. Yeah.
You know, if you can live a very comfortable life together and you're happy with what you've got, that's success.
True. I agree with that. Now we're gonna go on to what hobbies do y'all have? We'll start with you this time, bro. What's your biggest hobby?
Shoot. I honestly, I'm in the period to where I like to put my thoughts actually on paper. So that, goes into the writing for my music. And that helps me actually understand myself and understand how I should cope with my insecurities.
Dude, that is really
Wow.
good answer. I saw your music video and it was really good, man. So
Oh,
I know
thank
that you definitely have passion about what you're doing because that music video was great, even if
Thank
it
you.
was the only one on there. It was really good. So what's your hobby?
I really like creativity, so that's kind of why I got on YouTube. And then I really like sports. So I like football, basketball, racing. So I do a lot of go-kart racing, hooping, lifting,
You're outside,
outside,
doing a lot.
skiing,
Okay.
everything.
having fun. All right, we'll go with you this time. What's your biggest hobby?
I would say running. I'm not very fast, but I like it. It's really therapeutic to me.
Okay, are you like a every morning or every night kind of person runner? or-
Every weekend, and then I like to do like a warm up at the gym I run. So
Okay.
yeah.
And what about you? What's your biggest hobby? You'd say?
So I actually recently have been really kind of reconnecting back into my faith. And so I found a really great youth-centered church that's for people in their 20s and 30s. So I've been watching a lot of their live streams, doing some journaling, trying to more, like you were saying, get my words out on paper and just kind of more come back to center of myself. And that's really where I've been spending a lot of my free time.
Oh, we got a really awesome panel of people that are all really good at self or, helping, self. That's really cool. And I haven't heard of a church doing like the like an adult kind of thing like that. So that's really, it's needed today with the dating market for sure. So for you, what's your hobbies? And I want to also know, does your husband share any of those hobbies with you?
Well, actually, no. My husband is a gentle giant. He is on the road. He's a truck driver. That's his career, but also his passion. He loves to drive. My hobby, quite frankly, is the YouTube channel I started a little over a year ago to kind of like we're talking about journaling and to get my thoughts out. And instead of writing it, I just did it for the camera. And I found that it was helping other people out while I was helping myself. My other hobby is, I'm a grandmother and I love being a grandmother. I'm not trying to be out here in these streets acting a fool. And my other hobby is figuring out ways to excite and please my husband. Hello.
Those are three really good answers too. We're getting some really good answers tonight, man. Y'all, All right, so now I want to know, what do you like about yourselves? We're gonna go back to the ladies on this one. What do you like about yourself the most?
I think I have a great personality. I love that I'm optimistic. I'm funny. I'm sincere.
Tell me a joke.
Yeah, women
It's-
aren't
Tell us
funny.
a joke, funny
It's-
girl.
Not to be
I'm not
sexist.
a comedian. I just said I'm funny. Like I have like funny stuff. Like we could go back and forth. Like
What
Bro,
do
you're
Mexicans
silly.
use to cut their pizza?
um,
Little Caesars. Shit. See, I could even pull
All right,
one
I
out
ain't
my
funny.
ass.
I ain't funny. I ain't funny.
All right, now I want to know, what do you like about yourself? JR, shut up.
No.
I'll say an
Um,
Asian joke next. I got you, bro.
Bet.
I'm really honest and reliable, and that's really shown true lately about myself too. I've been going through a little bit of hardship, but the people who I always got their back, they're definitely showing up for me, and that really just instills that.
Yeah, but you're a backbone.
Mhm.
No, that's good. What would you say you like the most about yourself, and then what do you like also the most about your husband? Just I'm curious about y'all's relationship in a lot of ways.
One of the things I love about myself, quite frankly, is my smile, and I know that I'm a caring and giving person, and I'm always rooting for the underdog because I was always the underdog. One of the things I like about my husband, I love about my husband, is that I can be every he can see every facet of me, and as a woman I wanted to be able to show him that, and the fact that he's accepting of that. I love that he has a wonderful sense of humor. He has a very dry sense of humor, but I get it, and I love the fact that he is a family man.
Mm.
And I know, and this is very big, ladies, no matter what I'm dealing with, I feel safe with him, and that's what I love about him. I know that he's got me.
Mhm. And do you mean safe? Because like this is a big thing to talk about sometimes, like protector versus provider, like which one's more important? Does guy have to have both? Like, do you feel like he has both those roles really strongly for you to make you feel that comfortable?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because before I'll just put it to like this. Before we just started dating, we met in July of 2018, and I went out on the road with him in September of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to feel pretty comfortable
Yeah.
with going out in a semi truck, but it was something about his countenance, the way that he took care of me, the way that he held my hand, the way that he ushered me in, and also what even when we were walking down the street, moving me to the inside to make sure that he shields me.
Yeah.
So these are the things that he showed me early on, but also his work ethic. He is about getting his money.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing that before he met me. And because of the way that we are together, as a matter of fact, he said a phone call the other day, because of what I do for him, how I make him feel supported, it makes him want to go get it.
Mm-hmm. No, so that the guys, that's what I'm talking about. If you're a protector and provider, a woman's gonna take care of you in that same way if you're actually filling your role. But most guys aren't filling the roles today. So what do you like about yourself, ma'am?
I would say my confidence and determination.
Okay. Not gonna stop, especially with YouTube, huh? Keep
Yeah,
going all day.
I hate
You be
losing.
hustling, bro.
Yeah, I hate losing more than I like winning.
You be
so.
posting so much. Like I'm trying to keep up with you. All right. So what do you like about yourself, man?
I like that I'm able to trust myself in any circumstance. The fact that being, black and 21 at this point, it's kind of like, oh man, I don't think you're gonna make it, but I'm able to understand that I'm able to get it even when I ain't got it. So
Okay.
anytime that I feel like I'm down, I'm already knowing that bad things happen because good things gonna come around. So
I have that same mentality, bro. I really believe that when like one door closes, another one opens every single, or like anytime
Always.
something bad happens, I'm like, all right, I gotta now that taught me this lesson,
For
like there's
real.
always a positive in every negative, every single time. I don't care what anybody says, there's always positive in
'cause
every
you
negative.
learn.
Can I say what I like about you?
Yes, ma'am.
What I like about you, from the time I walked in, I can tell you're very humble. You're very gracious. You're very giving. You're very respectful. Ladies, you need to get a hold of that.
Well, we're gonna learn as the questions go on if he's even the type of guy that wants something. Like we'll see. A lot of guys that are his age just you be a player, huh? It's too easy, huh? Nah, he's not no player. All right, so I want to know now, guys. Of the 7 heavenly virtues, which one resonates with you the most? I'm gonna read them off: chastity, temperance, charity, diligence, patience, kindness, or humility? Of those 7 things, which one of those really resonated with you when I said it? Chastity, temperance, charity, diligence, patience, kindness, or humility? We'll start with you this time, bro.
Patience.
Patience.
Patience, 100%.
Okay. What about you? You don't got no heavenly virtues? You're not a heavenly person?
If we're being truthful,
Chastity?
for myself, myself or my partner.
Yeah, it's for you. It's for you.
Man, I
You're like, I'm not heavenly at all.
I would say charity. Actually, I do a lot of things, like
To help
just
others.
yeah, to help others. So I actually had a full ride for like school, and one of the elements was like giving back to people, and that's kind of what helped me get my full ride. Is I had over 200 hours of community service going into school, and I do things on the daily just because I see people in my shoe, like where I was at years back,
Mhm.
and I see them like hitting a wall, and I offer like to help them for free, like free of charge, just because it's free to help people.
This is
at the
very
end of the
true.
day.
You've been
So,
helping me a ton with my YouTube, and there's nothing that you could benefit from it. It's very charitable for sure, man. I really appreciate you for all that too, by the way.
of course.
No, that's probably one of the best things on the list that somebody can have. For you, of those 7, which one do you think resonates the most with you?
Well, since I'm married, I won't say chastity. But, I would say I'll say temperance, and particularly when you're in a relationship. As speaking as a woman, it is very important that you are able to uh, temper your outbursts, your overtures, and that you conform or you adjust to your man. So again, temperance is something that many women, in general, Black women specifically, we struggle with because we want to get it out. We want, if it's coming up, it's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's not always the best time. So temperance,
Control.
knowing when and what and how. So
Oh.
temperance.
I feel like that is such a thing that you learn as you age. Like, it's super hard to have that at a young age, I feel like.
Ladies, take notes.
Yeah, take notes, guys. So for you, what do you think resonates with you the most? You want me to read it off to you again really quick, or do you already know?
No, I know. It's definitely gonna be kindness. I feel like kindness bleeds into a lot of other stuff.
I agree with
and
you.
if you can't be kind to others, no matter how much you do or don't know about them, then I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. Especially coming from a server industry perspective too.
True.
If I go on a date and he is not kind or respectful to the staff, I don't care how good or bad it's going, then I'm sorry, I'm out. Actually, not sorry.
Yep.
I'm out.
Yeah. No, that makes sense for sure, especially as a server. You definitely know. And what about you? Do you want me to read them off again?
Yes, please.
Okay. Chastity, temperance, charity, diligence, patience, kindness, or humility.
Okay, I'm going to say
Chastity.
charity.
Charity.
Yeah. I'm in my line of work because I enjoy helping people, and
Okay.
I'd also like to see that reflected in my partner as well. You
Okay.
know?
Yeah, you look forward to in somebody else.
Yeah.
That's good to know for the people watching. There might be a super charitable, awesome guy. Or there's already one over here, I thought. So now I want to know the 7 deadly sins. Which one resonates with you the most of these? Lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, or pride? I'm going to say it again. Lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, or pride. We'll start with the ladies first this time.
Start over there.
Oh,
That's cold.
That's
That's
crazy.
cold, that's cold.
That's
I have
wild.
mine.
yeah, go ahead.
Pride.
Pride.
Yes, pride will ruin you. If you cannot put your pride aside, stay away from me.
Yes. No, I always try to say that people don't bring up pride the most, but it's the most important because pride feeds into the other ones, in my opinion. It's really, if you're prideful, you're gonna be greedy. You're gonna be gluttonous. You're gonna do certain things because you're prideful so much. So I think
Put
pride
the
is one
pride
of the worst
away.
one. Yeah.
So is the question
Which one resonates with you the most? She didn't say which one resonated with her because that's not, because I'm guessing you're not pride, like you don't like pride. Which one of them, like, but if you don't resonate with a sin because you're not being sinful right now, then that's fine, obviously. Right? You're not resonating with any
other
of
than
them?
that, I mean, I could say sloth just because I
A little bit
sleep a lot
lazy.
on my time off, but that's really it.
That's not a bad one.
Yeah,
We're all lazy as hell today. We're privileged as hell. Why not? What about you though? Do you have a good one of those that you think resonates with you at all?
Would you read them again, please?
Lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, or pride?
I'll say sloth right now because again, since I'm at this phase of my life of retirement, sometimes I
don't
don't
got
want
enough
to. I
things
don't
to
want to
do.
do anything.
Yeah, that's a good. Once again, that's a good one to have if you're gonna have one of these. I think it's one of the best. What about you?
Okay, I'll go with pride as well. I could kill an ego or two off some days.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
with pride.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the one that most of us have today because of social media and shit. We all are prideful.
Yeah.
What about you? Which one of those?
Um, sloth used to be mine. I say a couple years ago when I was like 19, but this is genuinely because I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I say just recently I got rid of that pride thing. It was, kind of holding me down. I had to just man up and be like, man, look, I don't need this right now. I need to figure out what's really for me, what I want to do.
Being humble is gonna get you further in life than being prideful.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, man?
I would say lust.
At least you're being honest, man. At least you're being honest about it. Yeah, I feel like lust is probably one that most people like deep down. If you're a single person, you're probably living some type of lustful life. But most people, I'm not saying y'all are, but most people are probably doing it. But nobody's gonna brag about. I mean, guys will brag about it all day long. So now I want to know: did y'all grow up in a two-parent household? And if you didn't, I want to know which parent raised you, the mom or the dad. We'll start with you, man.
Um, I grew up with my mom. My dad wasn't around like that, due to legal reasons. But I grew with my mom, and I grew up in a house full of women. So I kind of that kind of keep me in my humble state. Like just some things is better left unsaid, regardless if you're right or wrong. You ain't gonna win that argument.
Bro,
So,
I'm the same as you. I grew up with four sisters and I had a mom and a stepmom. Like I had lots of women in my life all the time. And I feel like that's why I do so good with women is because I understand them very
yeah,
damn well.
like I understand, and that's the crazy part. Like I try to like my female friends. I don't have many, but the ones that I do, I try to tell them that just because I understand how you feel doesn't mean I agree. Like
Yeah.
it's like I can understand the way you feel that way, but sometimes your reaction is just it's not needed. Really, my reaction is the best reaction. Honestly, sometimes. So.
Yep.
Facts.
Very true, man. So for you, did you grow up in a two-parent household? And if not, was it mom or dad?
So I grew up half of my life with just my mom in the house. Um, like I still talk to my dad, associated with my dad, but it's primarily my mom. And then my mom got remarried, so it was my mom and my stepfather.
Okay. Is he like what age were you when your stepfather came in?
13 or 14.
Okay. Is he like a dad to you, you would say?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
the time whenever it's definitely influencing.
more
Yeah.
of a dad than my
Then-
real dad is still like he's still present in my life. He reaches out. He tries to make up for the losses. But yeah, my stepdad treats me just
Perfect.
the same as my half brother.
That's
Yeah.
real.
No, I have a really awesome stepdad too, man. So for you, what were you in a two-parent household or was it single parent?
I was in a single parent household raised primarily by my mom.
Okay. But, I mean, she did a great job because you ended up, being as smart as you are and like kind of red pilled and stuff. She did a really good job by herself. Would you say that, or do you think that it was more of like it was a negative job, but you learned from the negatives?
I say it was a mixed bag,
Okay.
because it was tough, very tough. My mom had me at 17. So by the time she was 19, she had two children. So I will say that it was very tough, but I will say I'm grateful for the man that was in her life, which was my grandfather. So even though, there's some things that she could have done better, she did have a stabilizing force, which was my grandfather. So that helped to guide us. But, I think the bottom line up front is that I wanted more. And I think that's very important because no matter what your circumstances, you can desire to have more. And I wanted that.
I think a negative or a hard background sometimes can teach you what you really want. It really like I always say that if you're born middle class, you have to fall to lower class for you to appreciate to make it up to the upper class. And then if you're born lower class, you have to see middle and upper class for you to get the inspiration to go to it. And it's a really weird backwards dynamic, but yeah, a lot of lower class people make it because they grew up and saw so much negative stuff that they're like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Yep.
All right, and for you, two-parent household or single parent?
Two-parent household, and also we were very close with my mom's side of the family. So I almost had three parents growing up because my maternal grandmother was like a third parent. both my parents worked, so they would drop me off super early at my grandma's house, and I would go to the schools in her district. And she would take me to and from school. She was the stay-at-home parent while my parents were working.
That's the best thing for anybody having kids. You got to have a parent around you to
Mhm.
like be the grandparent always around.
Yep.
What about you? Two parent or single?
So I had something similar to your dynamic. My mom, I was raised by my mom primarily. My dad was in my life, and mostly raised by my grandparents. Like, because both my parents worked, so I would live with my dad. I would be with my grandma. I would live with my mom. I would be with my grandma. So,
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
but you know what they say about people raised by their grandparents?
What?
The sweetest, kindest people you will ever meet.
Mhm.
Really?
Mhm.
Yes.
I've never heard that, but I have a theory of why though that's like a big deal. So I really don't like how everything is today when it comes to like parents. I think parents neglect their kids really easily today because they're all working 40 hours a week. Both parents have to work in every household. Just because the dollar is so devalued, like it's pushed everybody into working way more. And those kids are being raised by iPads, raised by the internet, and all that stuff. But back in the day, like we look back 1,000 years ago, like say in the plains of Oklahoma, like when like Indians, like Native Americans and stuff like that, they the way that they did it was the guys would go and hunt in the morning or go do certain things. The women would be sewing and doing stuff together. Like they would be social doing their stuff. The guys would be social doing their thing. They would come together at night and eat. But during the daytime, when the mom and dad were gone doing whatever it was, the grandparents were the ones watching all the kids.
Yeah.
And what are grandparents? They're always more patient. They're always more
Yes.
understanding.
Absolutely.
When you're a new parent, you can't handle a lot of the stresses, but a grandparent has been through it all.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I feel like the big reason why we're out of whack today is because it's not like that dynamic that our ancestors had for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Like it's super weird for us to like have to send our kids to daycare and stuff. Like it sucks.
True.
Well, and then if I could say something too on that, like the grandparents they have so much love for their children, much less the child of their children too.
True.
And that's a big thing too, is making sure you get enough enrichment as a
Mhm.
child too. And that is a big thing. Not saying anything about people who weren't raised by their grandparents or anything like that, but I think that's a definite benefit to having them around too.
Yeah, I've never thought about it that
Sure.
much, but now
Yeah.
y'all are convincing me. Not
Yeah.
only is it good for somebody to come from a good home, but also come from a home with grandparents around
Yeah,
too.
put that little
That's true.
seed
It
in
helps
the
a
air.
lot.
Yep.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
helps a lot.
It
That little
does.
sprinkle.
Um, so now I want to know, what are y'all's love languages? So we're just gonna say like one or say two if you really resonate with two of them. But words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Okay, we'll start with you this time, man. Words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality times, or physical touch.
Physical touch for sure.
Physical touch for
ain't-
sure.
yeah,
I feel like
that's-
every guy's physical
Yeah,
touch. What
yeah.
about you?
I don't really have it in. I,
You-
I don't really. I'm not really like emotional or anything like that.
At
so
all.
I,
You're a sociopath.
I don't like. I don't like being touched.
What?
I really am like a loner. I don't really care about words for affirmation.
What if they buy you gifts? You wouldn't be happy about some cool shoes or anything?
Gifts are awesome. Obviously, like I'm not somebody. I'm not like Myron. My boy Myron hates receiving gifts
Yeah.
or things like that. Like I like gifts, but like I just buy things for myself.
Yeah,
so,
that's
like,
how I am too.
Yeah,
If you want it, you just buy it.
exactly.
Well, I guess I can add quality time as well too, though. That kind of runs in together, though. I can't touch it if we over the phone. So
True. All right. So, what about you? What's yours? And I'm curious also if you know your husband's. Like you say that too.
I know that mine it would be in the order would be quality time then words of affirmation. Um, I'm not really sure I know my husband. He really,
Quality time, probably, huh?
Yeah, I give him words of affirmation all the time, but I don't think he's motivated by that. So I think quality time would be good. Yeah.
I think words of affirmation is huge. It's really awesome that you said that because I honestly think women don't do it enough. I mean, some probably do, like you, and maybe there are some women that do, but it's super rare for like a guy can go through his whole life and not get a compliment and not get like talked up to or anything, especially if they're a normal guy. Like, don't get me wrong, there's beautiful guys all the time that are probably getting told that they're beautiful and muscly and awesome, but the normal dudes don't get it ever. So for you, which one do you think of the 5 resonates the most with you?
Mine is going to be acts of service and gift giving. The gift giving doesn't have to be big, but it's nice. Guys, it's $5 to get your girl a bouquet of flowers on a random Wednesday. Like, come on, step it up, show her, keep trying to get her because you have her, but you need to keep her.
That is true. Like
And-
I don't mind doing the flower things at all, and I think that, like you said, it's just $5. It's really nothing. Like
My
I
friend
think
got
it's
me
really
2
funny.
bouquets for $10 for my birthday.
Yeah.
Like, if my friends can do it for me, why can't
A
my
guy.
significant other?
Girlfriends or guy friends?
Girlfriends.
Yeah, her girlfriends
I
did.
don't know.
Wait.
I think it depends on the experience though, because like with me, like I bought flowers 3 times, and each time I had a bad experience. So I kind of just don't.
And I
So now you don't do it
understand
no
that.
Yeah,
more.
I
He
really
got
just don't do it
scarred
no more,
though.
you know?
I understand that,
Yeah.
but that's why communication is really important. See what your partner really likes, see what makes them just can make their day. But when you're dating someone, you ultimately should know them pretty well and be like, man, she's telling me she had a rough day. What can I do? Maybe I can act of service, make her dinner, or maybe she made dinner and I'm gonna do the dishes. Like something to make sure you're in a partnership to lift your partner up, to keep them up.
Not for real.
Yeah. No, that was good. So what about you? Which one do you think?
So I swear we're twins because I also like gifts and acts of service. But I think what I tend to give out is probably like quality time and physical touch.
That's what you give out the
Yeah.
most. Yeah, I think guys like those
They
the
like
most.
those.
I honestly
They
think
love
that.
those.
If I could say truthfully, I think all men like certain things, like certain ones, like the five love languages, and most women like certain things too,
Yeah.
because it's just how we were for thousands of years. Blaze Lightyear with the $5. Thank you, bro. Second question: is it more appealing when your man can be a man of the house, jack of all trades, car repair, house repair, lawn care, or outsource it? Just for the ladies.
Okay. I'm gonna say yeah. I want you to be able
Is
to
attractive?
do all of that.
That's attractive, huh?
Yeah, I like that. Let me see
Alright.
you sweat.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah.
Like
Jack of all trades. I want a man who knows what he's doing and
can
he-
change your tire and everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, like, you got a flat tire, he's gonna come help you with it. It doesn't have to be anything where like you're a professional.
No, he's a problem. But like being a problem solver as a man is
Yes.
super attractive. And
That's
if you're the
what
type
it
that you can fix
is.
anything, you're a problem solver
Yeah,
for sure.
I like that.
Does your man do all that type of stuff? Just out of curiosity.
He doesn't do all of it, but he does the car. Oh my! And that's one of the things I love. He takes care of my car. I've never in my life had a man that takes care of my car. So he takes care of the car. There's some things around the house that he repairs, but he even if he doesn't repair it, he handles it.
Yeah. He's
So
a provider. He's gonna pay for it in some
It's,
way.
it's
Yeah.
a mixed bag. So I'm pretty well off.
And just for the ladies to know that are watching, guys, are you the type that you can do all that stuff? Some of it.
Yeah. Me and my pops has been like working on cars for a little minute, so I definitely know when something's wrong with my car. I can definitely tell you what it is.
Figure it all out.
But every last part,
Definitely
nah, not yet.
But what about if you had a house with a girl, you gonna mow the lawn or you gonna pay somebody to mow the lawn?
Well, I know how to cut yards.
Yeah.
That was my first job. So
Yeah,
That
it's
ain't no
easy.
problem to me. I can do that.
Yeah, just wondering. What about you, bro?
I'm not doing any of that. I just pay somebody.
Just pay somebody to do it, bro.
Somebody to do it.
Yeah, just pay somebody to do it. So like personally, I rent a house, so like I just pay somebody to do mine. And there's to me, it's just like there's no point in me doing or buying a lawnmower whenever I'm just gonna move it whenever I buy a house soon and stuff. So like I'll pay somebody to do it, but I help my girl. I'll do the dishes. Like she's cooking, I'll do the dishes.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid, my chores whenever I was a kid at my house was doing the lawn and doing stuff like that. But since I'm not doing that now, I got to be fair in another way. So
Yeah, true.
I'll do the dishes. You know,
For real.
that's
Makes
it's one of those
sense.
things I think it's really difficult for relationships to try to find that fairness today. Like, where is it equal? Like, some guys feel super emasculated doing the dishes and they'll argue for weeks or something over it, and they might ruin a relationship because they're like, I'm not supposed to be doing these damn dishes. But it's like, but did you mow the lawn? Did you fix the sink? Did you
Yeah.
do all those other things? Sometimes they don't. It just depends.
Can I
Yeah,
go
go
back
ahead.
to your previous question about the love languages?
Yeah.
I think too far as women, or not just women, but men and women, one of the things what I notice is that a lot of times we are lacking imagination for what we do for our partner. And I like to, shameless plug here. When I went out of town, I knew my husband was going to come home when I wasn't there. So I have a silver fortune cookie that's about this big, and I wrote a note in it and left it on his pillow.
Oh.
Cute.
It's
you
the
know
little
how-
things.
Do you know how much mileage I got out of that thing? Y'all need to understand. So again, it's thinking outside of the box, and he
Yeah.
appreciated that.
Yeah.
Y'all need to go ahead and y'all need to get with somebody that's old school and they can grow you to some stuff.
We really
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah, we really
love
are. Well, it's the
that.
internet
Simple.
that makes us not think about stuff like that. Like, we're
Yeah.
so like seeing shit on TikTok and like, I don't know, like you never see shit like that. Like, it's rare.
But I
I'm
think
trying to help you.
She had a really good point. You have to understand who your partner is. You know, you have to understand what their wants are, what their needs are, because those are two different things.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
if you can
girls will
establish-
be outright and they'll just send you a TikTok, and if she sends you a TikTok and you're like, man, she's telling me that's what she wants.
Yeah.
Like it can be that easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my my
simple,
girl is
too,
super simple. She
sometimes.
just sends me 10 things a day that she wants, and I just pick one of the 10 that I might actually buy.
But you
Yeah.
pay attention and you pick one.
It's that,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of the times we get confused with between our love language and theirs. Like, just because I like quality time, physical touch, does not mean I can show that to her and she feels love.
Right.
Like, I have to
Mhm.
understand what she likes to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, we always be projecting, like
Nah, for
everybody
real.
does. Women
Yeah.
project what they think, and like we're horrible. Here, from $2 from Tiro. What's y'all's astrology signs? Man, we don't want to say our guys. We ain't gonna say. You gotta realize, guys get cut off for saying our astrology signs. You'll lose.
Literally.
You'll miss out on box for years from the right girl if you say
Just watch their face when I see mine.
it. What's yours?
Y'all want to guess? Like, make it fun? Like, y'all wanna
Scorpio.
guess?
Oh, I'm wrong.
Gemini,
No.
Virgo.
Libra.
No.
Oh.
A
All right,
can't
Leo.
even
I'm just
tell.
gonna say it. It's an Aries. You can't tell big Aries energy.
Oh.
No, I can't tell at all because
Nah.
astrology doesn't mean
Nah.
anything. What about you?
Fake.
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo the Virgin.
Okay.
What about you, Brew?
I'm a Gemini.
Gemini. Wow.
I'm not subscribing. To
Yeah,
this
I'm not
question.
saying either. I'm never telling what mine is. You can
Dang.
give them yours, but you don't care.
I am the twin, and I am proud of
A
it.
Gemini?
You never know who
Okay.
you're gonna get.
Okay.
Gang,
Where?
Gang, gang. You know how we go.
Okay.
Hey, fellas, tip for y'all. Treat this question exactly how women treat the body count question. Don't fucking
Don't
tell them.
answer it,
Don't
guys.
answer.
Don't answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
don't know.
For everybody
I feel-
watching, don't ever answer that
I feel
question
like
if
if
you're a
you don't-
guy.
Here's a trick. If somebody asks you that, just ask them what they think you are, right?
Yeah.
Give them 3 chances. Because if it was real, they would actually be able to guess what you are. But
True.
it's not real. And then there's all these other elements that they try and, like rising sun, whatever, rising moon. And then now they're adding like planets and stars and crap to it. That
Yeah.
shit is not real.
Okay, you're Leo.
No.
I'm
All right,
just
2
kidding.
more.
2 more. You got 2 more.
See,
You got 2
see,
more.
see, now she's kidding because she was wrong.
I'm
2
just
more.
kidding. Okay. I don't even know. anymore.
Taurus.
Sagittarius.
Keep going.
Scorpio.
That's 3, 4.
That's like
You're
4.
the-
of them
Has
hoes.
it been said already?
Jeez.
I just no.
Like, has someone else in the room at the same time?
They just
Cancer.
guessed 4,
Capricorn.
5, 6. Keep going.
So in other words, we're not going.
must
to get
be
an
with
answer.
me,
Do
man.
you
Hey.
know what sign you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guessed 6. There's 6 more.
I don't know.
Are you an
My
Aquarius?
Pisces.
So are you an
Are you an
Aquarius?
7.
Okay.
Are you an Aquarius?
He knows.
You're an
Well-
Aquarius.
Well, I'm an Aquarius. That's how I knew.
Hey, real
Okay.
talk. How
What do
many?
you mean? How are you guys gonna say, oh, we don't subscribe to that? But then you're like, oh, I knew you were an
I'll
Aquarius
just
because I'm an
scroll it.
Aquarius.
I'll just scroll it.
No. Hey, real talk. How many signs is there? Like, I ain't
There's
never really
12.
Wow.
Just one for
Bro, I really do not be caring about that. Like, I just know I'm a Gemini. Like,
That's good that you don't care about it,
I'm
man.
gonna tell you.
Come on,
And,
Steve
and
Lacy
here's a
moment.
little fun fact, and I don't. My husband doesn't subscribe to it either. But I'm a Gemini. My husband is an Aquarius. My daughter is a Gemini. My son-in-law, her husband, is an Aquarius.
I've heard that a million times that Aquarius is supposed to be Gemini, but the few people I know that are Geminis, it's like, hell no, this would never happen. So I don't know how that's possible, honestly.
Okay, so what's your girlfriend's sign?
I don't Cancer, I think.
Cancer?
Are you a
Okay.
Cancer, babe?
You're Cancer?
I think so. Is she there?
Nah,
No.
she's
Oh,
still
she went
shadow.
to the bathroom.
Okay.
All right. Well, screw
Save
these
for now.
signs and stop putting them in the chat. All right. All right, guys, let's go on to the next one. I want to know now, is anybody feel like you're in an echo chamber right now on a certain subject? Is there something that you are just stuck in? You can't stop reading about it? Is there a Reddit page or something? We'll start with you, man. Something that you really keep watching right now or you're really into.
I honestly, I think I put a lot of my time in just watching more videos about cutting hair. Like, that's what I do.
That's what you're really getting better at right
but
now.
it catches my attention. Like, it's something I won't fall asleep on. So
Okay.
I can say that.
What about you, man? Something that you're really passionate about watching right now in an echo chamber about it.
All right, I'll give you 2 things. So 1, obviously it's content creation. So I'm always thinking of ways to monetize what I'm doing on different platforms. And then 2, obviously like the whole red pill, blue pill, black pill, purple pill, whatever. I don't necessarily subscribe to one of them. I'm very open-minded. I lean red pill. But yeah, I just see it. Obviously, it's on every platform, whether they're canceling or spreading it. But yeah, I'm really into it just because I'm looking at different like dating dynamics and things
I
like
would
that.
agree, man. That's my big one that I've been stuck on for a year. I've been in this little vicious cycle for a while. So what about you? What is something that you're in an echo chamber about right now? You can't stop reading about, or you're really into?
Well, it's not that I can't stop reading about it. I'm really actually tired that it comes up on my feed, and it is a lot of the can I curse?
Yeah.
It's a lot of the women ain't shit stuff, and I really I'm kind of tired of it.
Hell
And
yeah.
I'm tired of it, and understandably, men have a reason to feel the way that they feel, no doubt. But and I just said it earlier today in my live is that it's almost as if many of the men have become the women of the 80s and 90s because they're complaining just like we were. Yes, we know it is jacked up, but is that all we're going to do? Is that all
Preach.
we're going to do is talk about how jacked up it is, or are we going to shine a spotlight on the alternative to say, okay, we don't want it to continue to be effed up. So women, this is what you women like me and other women are talking about to try to, course correct. But even when you try to course correct, yeah, but what about this? I'm tired of it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. See, that's what I'm trying to do with this show is show that it's not just the women. There's a lot of pussy ass men too out here right now that are not being men, And so, but yeah, it goes both ways. I agree with you. We were talking about this earlier. Like, this is a really big deal today where it's got the feminist on one side and then the super red pillars on the other side, and they both just hate the shit out of each other. And there's not going to be any growth if those two don't come together or accept their reality, take accountability for what they need to do to change their lives. So what about you? What's something that's you're really stuck in right now, a vicious cycle or echo chamber that you keep reading about?
Well, not necessarily keep reading about, but just through, like I was saying, I spend a lot of my free time just kind of more journaling, looking deeper into myself and things like
Religion,
that.
Christianity.
Yeah, and just kind of more in the modern way of it's not so black and white. And I am just so, like, I guess my answer would be I'm just really tired of people who want to say that everything is black and white. I mean, everything right now, you open any kind of social media and it's like the world's on fire. Are we ever getting out of it? I don't know, but it's one issue after the other.
That's just what gets clicks. I think it's a
True.
vocal minority all the time.
True. But it's just about the whole idea of, like, especially in dating, is you have to fully love yourself before you can love anyone else. That's not true.
Yeah,
You're
I
never
agree
going to
with you.
reach 100% on loving anyone or yourself, but you got to work to be your best so that way you can be the best for someone else too, and that's what you should strive for as well.
That was good. I really hate it too when people say you got to be like perfect to get into a relationship or something. It's like, dude, there's so much growing once you get into the relationship. Like, that's the start of the
And
growing
people
process.
change you for better or for worse.
Yeah,
And
for
so-
sure. I completely agree with that. So what about you? What's the echo chamber you're reading a lot about right now? Something you're really into?
Yeah, so I've just been reading a lot of like self-reflection books, just trying to elevate myself, self-care, self-love.
No,
things
that's
like
good.
that. Knowledge.
That's way better
I
than
like to
sitting in
be
an echo
better.
chamber with a bunch of mad people or something on the
Yeah,
internet.
no,
No, that's way
I
better.
don't subscribe to that.
Yeah, that's good. No,
Yeah.
keep the good energy.
Yeah.
All right, so now I want to know what's y'all's kinks. We'll start with you.
What does that mean?
This is a kink, like what's something that you're really into that's sexually that might be a little weird to some people. This is the first time we've asked this question.
Yo, y'all
Oh,
have any hats
man.
here? I feel like
I know we
Cap's
need a
about to go.
cap. Yeah, we're about to get a
Why
lot of
did I
caps
send
going.
this podcast to my mom if you're gonna ask me that?
Oh,
I did
my
not
bad.
know.
My bad, mom.
Okay, kink. I don't know why. I enjoy being choked a little. Not to where I just pass
Where you
out.
passed out or
but,
anything?
you know, just-
Not on a misdemeanor
I
level.
don't think she
yeah,
capping,
not
brother.
on a misdemeanor level.
I don't
you
think
know?
that's cap
Nah,
either.
that's not a cap.
Like
bro.
like
She
like
for real.
Just-
around the neck or in the mouth.
Oh.
He's thinking.
Oh.
He's talking about a ball
Oh.
gag, bro.
Oh.
Around the neck. Move on.
Oh wow. Okay. You go ahead. What's your kink?
I don't know. I'm kind of, even in topics like this with my friends, I'm a little more reserved.
A smart guy.
I'm just gonna say, like, something that I find really attractive and, like, I'm like, okay, he can get it, is very well dressed man and a man who I've told him what I like and he does it. I don't
Okay.
care if he's never done it before, but
He's
he
gonna
does
do
it.
All right, well dressed guys, definitely be well dressed. That's a big deal, I guess. No, I really do think it is. Like, there's a little dating course I'm gonna be starting soon. Which shout out to everybody. I'm gonna be starting it soon, and most of my dating course is literally just teaching guys how to dress correctly because it's such a big damn deal today.
I mean, even
that
for
they
a
can't
date
even do
night,
it.
just a little dress to impress, you
Yeah,
know,
it's really not that
like,
hard.
Maybe you
It's-
guys pretend you don't know each other and you try to pick each other up, you know, that's nice. It leads to a nice evening.
Yeah.
So what's your biggest kink? That's like that's like something you're attracted to.
What do you mean?
Like that's just something.
Well, if
I
it's her
know,
kink to just be like attracted to the person, maybe I guess. I
It's
don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if I really feel
She's a good
comfortable-
Christian girl, bro. She goes to church. She don't got
Listen,
kinks.
we said Virgo the Virgin earlier. Can we please stay
she
with
does. She just
And her
doesn't want
mama
to say it.
watching, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that? I know.
Hey,
I love you, Mom.
Hey, mom, your
Hey.
daughter's capping.
hey, mom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I gotta ask your daughter this. Are you celibate?
No.
You're not celibate.
No. I used to live with a man. My mom should know.
Okay. Well, no. I just want to know, like, right now, are you like, do you have a guy that like you're
Oh, nobody in mind at the moment.
okay?
Yeah.
But if there's not like some type of situationship or anything going on. I'm not asking this detailed because sometimes women will be single, but they still got a guy that they're kind of
I learned my lesson with my situationship earlier this year.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's that. Hey, I just
Mm-mm.
that I
I'm not
didn't.
doing that again.
Okay, that's good to know. Do you want to say your kink or no? You don't have to.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
Oh man.
Shout out to Dave.
No, what were you doing earlier? If you could tell us your kink and your husband's kink.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
All right, man. Go ahead. What's your biggest kink?
Can we define kink real quick?
Like, you got a foot fetish?
hell no.
You got a I mean, do you like? I mean, for guys, I guess. Do you guys have kinks? That's a. I
They
just now
kind of
thought- no,
do, but it ain't me.
It really, it's like a foot
But we
thing.
simple, so it'll go down the line of what are we attracted to.
Yeah.
Like, cause if a girl smell good, like that's something I'm attracted to.
I
But
guess
if she
that's a-
smell good, we finna get down for sure.
You want
I don't know
to
if that's a
lick
kink.
it off.
I think
yeah.
a kink
know
is
what I
like
mean?
wanting to
I
put
wanna
like your.
taste it.
I think a kink's more like wanting to put like your foot on their head while you're doing it or something. Like just,
Oh,
just
God.
like doing
That's
like
facts,
weird
that's
shit.
facts, that's why-
true. Hey, that's
Like
true,
that's
though.
what I mean by kinks.
That's
you
why
know?
when she was like, "Oh, he
Yeah.
dresses nice," I'm like, "Yeah, that's what you're attracted to." But that's not a kink.
Right, and I thought that when we got into it, we was gonna get into
Yeah,
it at this table,
facts.
but y'all not about it.
I fuck with what she did. She actually kept it a
She
stack.
said
of
a
us.
real kink.
Y'all not
Yeah.
about it. Y'all not about it.
Okay.
I'll say eye contact too.
Eye contact
Don't make
also.
eye contact with
That don't make eye contact
Don't
with
do
you. Okay.
It's
That's
a good
different.
thing though. I mean that by a good way.
Yeah.
Okay.
wanna
What
look at
about
the
you,
wall?
bro? You gotta give us a kink.
I'm gonna just say I like fit women. So a kink. All right. If this counts, I like more than one lady in the bedroom.
That's a kink.
Okay.
That's a kink, I guess.
Hey,
I'll
player,
take a-
player. You
let's
know.
take
Yeah,
a sip.
dude.
Let's
Talk
take
your
a sip
shit.
on that.
You gotta take a sip for that.
Nah, you
All
get a
right.
shot, not some
This
water.
is the last question for the personal questions, okay? What's y'all's political affiliation? We're just gonna fly through it really quick. You can say centered if you want. You don't have to say.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I don't really pay attention to politics no more. Like,
Say it ain't worth it.
Nah, it's not to me.
All right. What about you?
I vote Democrat, but all my ideologies are Republican, so we're not sure what's gonna go on.
You're in the middle.
Yeah.
Pretty centered. What about you? You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, interestingly enough, I generally vote Democrat, but I'm quite conservative
Yeah.
as of late.
Okay.
I'm a moderate. I come from a very conservative background, but a lot of my views end up being more left-sided, but I'm not strictly either or.
You're like the opposite of us. What about you?
I vote Democrat, but I find myself being more liberal. So-
Well,
Wait, that's the same
Democrat.
thing.
Oh yeah, same
Same
thing. Yeah.
thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then there we go.
She's like, I'm very much what I am.
Liberal, very liberal.
I'm very that. Okay.
On top.
Now for y'all's preference questions. First one: what political affiliation would you like to look for in your partner, or like what would you like to date? Does it matter for you, man?
Nah, not really.
You don't really care.
Nah.
Does it matter?
Going into it, no, but
If you're
eventually
getting
they're gonna-
married,
going into it's not a huge deal. Like I don't really care. Like it's not something I really ask. But gotta have like the same ideology. So whatever I'm like aligned with, you gotta be on the same type of flow with me. Because if you believe one thing, and I believe another, most
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, most likely it's not gonna work.
Gonna be talking across each other.
What if they at least understand where you're coming from? And yeah, just like kind of still got different ways to think.
Well, it's all right if we have different ways of thinking, but ideologies is like what you believe in.
Right.
And sometimes it spills over into how you live your life too.
I
Exactly.
feel
A
you. I
lot of your
feel you.
morals.
True.
That is
yes.
true.
Oh, okay. Well, what's do you care about your husband's political affiliation? Did you care when y'all first started dating? You know, before you got married?
Well, yes, because actually, when we started dating, the situation of the political climate was different. So I was
Oh,
very
yeah.
far to the left, and he was far to the right. So we had quite a few spirited discussions. But one of the things that we agreed upon is kind of to your point, our core values were the same, and that we agreed that whatever is going on outside of that house, our house, was not going to affect what was going on inside the house. So we kind of made sure that we kept that, but our core values were the same. But we did have some spirited discussions. Yeah.
Yeah, me and my girl are opposite. Like I would say that we're completely politically opposite. She's a super feminist, and I'm not. I'm a feminist, just not in the same way. So for you, which would you prefer in the guy that you're talking to?
I'd prefer moderate just because I feel like there's more leeway in there where you can teach each other about subjects because maybe something they don't really care about is super important to you. And that's more sided on one side or the other. So as long as you're both open and again your morals align and your ideologies are the same, then I'm okay.
Yeah, your game. What about you?
When it comes to politics, I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter at all.
Nope.
You want to argue about it?
Nope.
Not at dinner. Okay, now I want to know, do y'all would you prefer a traditionally conservative relationship or a 50-50 relationship? If you had to choose, or something in the middle. Because it's so hard to do one or the other today. We'll start with you this time, man. You want to fully take care of the girl that you're with? Stay at home girlfriend?
See, in my relationship, if I love you, if I'm really feeling you, I'm gonna take care of you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want my love, the one that kind of help represent myself, to be down bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Especially if you're under my arm. So I mean, 50-50. Let's be realistic. It's not necessarily going to be. It's not going to happen. Because if you're gonna lead, I mean, you got to take majority of the percentage over, which is cool. So I say.
Like 70-30 or something like that.
70-30 on some stuff. Show me a little something that you care. You can support me and stuff like that. But I'm for sure gonna take care of you. That ain't no problem.
That was a really good answer, man. What about you, bro?
I'm kind of somewhere in the mix as well. 50-50 on some things, like some bills, but like for instance, I'm not going to pay all the rent if you're working. But I don't believe in 50-50 and everything. I definitely think, like he said, if you're the leader, you got to take some sort of responsibility. So if she's, cooking, cleaning, folding, then maybe you take over, 80% of the bills and she pays the other 20%. But like I said, and like she said earlier, is you got to know your partner, right? So you kind of got to set the framework from the start. So it's kind of instilled in both of you is this is what she can expect from you, this is what you can expect from her. So there's nothing new that pops up and you're the one paying 100% and your rent's 3,000 or something like that. That's kind of silly. But yeah, I definitely don't believe in men paying everything. I think that is silly.
It's crazy.
It's just impossible today, unless you're
impossible.
making at least $150,000-$200,000 a year, and even then you're gonna be You're gonna be hurting yourself so bad.
Yeah, like I'm good. Like I'm there, but for me, I think it's dumb because obviously we're trying to get above there. So once you're a millionaire and you see your girl's working something, she's making 60 to 100, then yeah, you could take full responsibility. But as you're growing, I definitely think that there's got to be some sort of mixed split there. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. That was really good advice, bro.
Not for real.
What about for you? Like I'm guessing you and your husband have something that's pretty traditional since you're like retired and stuff now. But like if you had to, like say before y'all get married, like would you work a little bit? Would you be okay with it being 80-20 or anything like that?
Well, I've only been retired for a year. So
Okay.
When we got together, I was gainfully employed, and I made six figures, and he was a high five, but he took care of everything. No, the majority of everything. No, our money went into the same pot, and he managed the money. So again, it wasn't divide this down the middle. It was we combined our incomes, and we just paid the bills.
Okay.
So, and again, and I take care of the house. That is my role, but it is a partnership. I'm the junior partner though.
Yeah.
I'm the junior partner because he is the head.
He's 51%, you're 49.
That's right.
That's how I like to always put it. It's not that the guy is fully over you, it's just 1%.
Yeah.
And
It's just because one person can only drive the car.
something
That's the only reason why. Like one person has to make the final decision on things because only one person's driving a car.
for sure. And something you got to take, account for is if the woman's at home taking care of the kids, that's saving you money at the end of the day. So that's kind of like contributing because, daycare is expensive these days. So if she's watching the kids, paying, going out and buying the food, preparing the food, that's money that's saving, and money and time that's saving in your pocket. So
Right.
Very true. So what about for you? Do you have a preference on traditionally conservative or a 50-50 or something in between?
I do like kind of a more 50-50 split. I wouldn't mind more of a 60-40 where he kind of takes over the 60. I wouldn't mind being taken care of a little bit, but ultimately I feel like we both should have equal input on everything, and kind of like you said, only one person can drive the car. Yeah, so like
At the end of the day, one person's making the final decision.
Yes, exactly. But as long as we're on the same page and we fully communicated, then I should have no doubt that the right decision is going to be made. So,
Yeah,
What
if
do
he's
you-
the right guy.
what do you mean by equal input on everything?
like as far as financial decisions, or like maybe you have a house and you're refinancing the house. You're both putting in the work to make sure your credit is good so you can have the best refinance option. You're both doing the work so that you both can excel together in your partnership.
But so that would imply that like I take from that both of you guys are putting equally amount of money in there. So
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't mind a 50. I ideal would do 50-50, but I wouldn't mind a 60-40 where he's more of the 60, does a little bit more.
so
But I definitely would say ultimately 50-50 is
Which
great
one
with
you
me.
think will last longer? The 60-40 or that 50-50?
50-50.
Nope.
So from
no.
so from 60,
Nah.
60-40 means that's not evenly split.
I know.
So
I
that
know.
means
That's what I'm saying. I said in a perfect world where someone could take care of the other one, I wouldn't mind a 60-40. But in our realistic world, 50-50.
so
I want
who
to feel like an equal partner.
who pays on the first date?
We could split it. I don't
Yeah,
care
who-
because and then we decide if we even like each other. And
is
then
that-
you don't feel bad about maybe somebody paying for you either.
Do you say the politically correct answer? Or do you apply that in real life?
No, I apply that in real life. I've had plenty of dates this past year where we have definitely split it, and then we just or maybe he buys. I had a date the other day. He bought lunch, and then I bought drinks. We went and got drinks afterwards.
Right.
So like I think that's a okay thing to do and everything, but the thing is whenever you're starting a relationship, sometimes you want to start it with the like right from the beginning
Mhm.
with the right energy. And so like if he's starting it off right from the beginning being okay with 50-50, it's a red flag to me because he shouldn't, as a man, he should want to be a provider. Like my girl tried to do 50-50 with me on our first date. It wasn't going to happen though.
Yeah,
Not at all.
I guess.
Because it just depends, but I just want you to know that sometimes that if a guy immediately wants to do 50-50, honestly he's probably not going to be a guy that you're going to fully want to commit to at the end of the day.
He ain't
Like
got
y'all might waste 6 months or a year and you're going to think, man, like this guy might be a good guy, but in reality, like there's a reason why he wanted to do 50-50 on the first date. He ain't shit. Like, and it's just the sad reality of today. At the end of the day, women really want a provider. For thousands of years, that's how the world worked. Was a guy was providing fully from you. Anytime you asked for anything, you needed the fire to be made, you needed something to be done, he was going to be able to take care of it. And then all of a sudden, the 60s, 70s, 80s came, and you got a flat tire, and a guy can't afford to go get that tire fixed.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, and that's and that's valid completely. But I've seen how the last year with the recession and everything. I mean, like I said before, I was raised by both my parents, but I'm an only child, and I'm seeing my parents now. My dad has struggled a bit this year, and my mom took over the reins, and I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Sometimes the woman needs to take over the reins, but as long as you enrich each other, then there shouldn't be a problem.
The woman can definitely take over the reins whenever it needs to happen, but you got to be careful comparing your parents' generation
Mhm.
or our grandparents' generation because
Mhm.
it's so completely opposite
fair.
of current dating.
Yeah.
Opposite.
Yeah.
And like the respect your mom probably has for your dad
Mhm.
is so through the roof
Mhm.
because of the environment that she was raised in and the type of person that she is compared to girls today.
Well, she was raised with a father dominant household. He worked and her mom stayed at home.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
worked
yeah.
she lives a completely different life now with my dad than she did growing up.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say though that any woman raised 20, 30 years ago,
Mhm.
completely different than a woman today. Like we're
Okay.
talking night and day difference.
Can I add something too?
Yeah.
You know, like I said, my daughter is married. She's
Talk
20.
closer.
My daughter's married. She's 28, and when they got together 5 years ago, she's an only child like yourself, but her husband came from a family that her father was the primary breadwinner, even though the mom worked, but his father was a primary breadwinner. So when they got together, literally my daughter was not employed. So he took, even though he wasn't making a lot, he took care of her because, again, to your point, that is how he was raised. And even though she works now, he is still the primary. They still she still has input, but at the end of the day, he is the final say. And I think sometimes we women get when we think that we can do 50-50, the truth of the matter is, if we're honest with ourselves, we don't really respect someone that we're doing 50-50 for a long period of time.
At all.
Maybe initially, but for a long period of time we don't, because I'm telling you, it's cute in the beginning.
But then your animal instincts kick in.
And then you're like, why am I working this hard when I have a man who his role is generally to provide for me? And because there's going to be a time that you're not going to want to work 50-50. Trust me. So I think it's good in the beginning, but in the end, you'll be looking at them like, is that all you got is 50-50?
I can see that. I can see that for sure.
And definitely today, women get super brainwashed into thinking like that the 50-50 is okay, but then the environment, everybody in the world's telling you, oh, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. Everybody's doing 50-50. The economy sucks. Everybody likes it. But your natural animal instinct will kick in after months, like she's saying. And next thing you know, that guy ain't gonna be shit.
Well, I need to decide if I really like. The reason why I say I'm okay with like splitting on the first date is I need to decide if I even like you first.
Yeah.
I just met you, and I feel really bad when a guy pays for me on the first date and I do not
And then
like
you don't
him.
talk to him again.
Yes, and I'm like, I didn't go just to get a free dinner or something like that. It's just I appreciate you paying for me. You definitely did not have to do that.
I just think those guys ain't shit.
I don't want to feel obligated.
Yeah.
After because of that, you know.
See, and that's why I hate the internet, because the internet spread that a lot. That like men hate it when women use them for this. And it's like those are broke dudes. Like those guys that are crying about that. That's this giant population of men that we're talking about that are useless. You know, there's a lot of men that are useless today, and like those are the type of guys that will cry on the internet like that. So yeah, like any real man, like once again, like a guy that you really probably want in the end, he's not gonna say that shit. Like I promise you.
I mean, yeah, and another thing about 50-50, honestly, it really just depends, because somebody had asked me, like, what would I, the same question basically. But I mean, like, my definition of 50-50, if I were to agree with you, would basically be like, if I do it for us, just support me. And I'm cool.
I see that as part of the 50-50.
Yeah, like don't have me do it and then like talk behind my back about me, like let me know where I messed up at and how you feel that I did, and I'm like, okay, cool, like I see that you paid attention to me at least, and I respect that for you.
And how old are you?
I'm 21.
You better get a hold of this one, young ladies.
Guys, yeah, we need more ladies that watch, because I know we got tons of guys that watch for the ladies every time, but we need more ladies to watch for the guys. For you now, what do you want? You want traditionally conservative or a 50-50 relationship or something in between?
I would lean more toward and have been experiencing something more conservative. I would do something in between. I'm not going 50-50.
Yeah.
Ever.
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 Are you a feminist?
Go ahead. What'd you say?
I ain't say nothing.
No, are you a feminist?
Oh, JR said,
I
are you a
feminist?
feminist?
Yes.
I wouldn't consider myself a feminist.
Okay.
I love women and men.
Like
and
all of
I
them.
feel like people are. I love everybody.
To build off of what you said, I feel like, or I believe actually, a lot of women say 50-50 because, it's politically correct and it sounds great. But one, you're going to lose respect for the dude after a while. And two, women say that because they know that men's natural inclination is to take care of them, right? So you're saying basically you would do 50-50, but you already know in the back of your head, like a lot of men after time, they're not going to do that 50-50. They take over that dominant masculine role. And that's just natural, right? So I kind of see both sides, right? Like me personally, and I know Sergio would have said a lot of broke men think this way, but if it's a girl, right, and I slide in her DMs on Instagram, right, I'm not gonna pay for her meal because this is the first time I ever saw her, right? and girls say, "Oh, it's whoever." And I've done this video like on YouTube. You can check it out on my channel. But like I asked, who pays on the first date, and they'll say it depends who asks, right? But they're also their number one thing is you got to take me out on a date first.
Mhm.
So you're
Yeah.
basically asking or telling them they need to ask you to hang out with you, and then you're saying whoever asks. So you already know the guy's gonna ask, and you expect them to pay.
I mean, yeah, ultimately, I do. Like, I come from a life of, like, oh, I've been treated like a princess growing up. Yeah, I do want a man to treat me like a princess. But I think when I think of 50-50, I don't always think finances. I think of just both enrichment with each other.
Yeah,
But
like
I know that with this question,
Yeah.
we're talking mainly
About
finances.
yeah.
So I'm gonna say first date, I wouldn't mind going 50-50, but I do agree. I would probably get tired of it really quick, but I also have been in 2 long-term relationships, so I still have not experienced a whole lot from an array of different people. And I think where I'm still learning what I really want, and right now I'm at the age I'm 25. I'm at the age where I'm starting to figure out what I want for myself in this life, and I think this is the time where you figure it out, and these conversations really do help people figure it out too.
Yeah, and writing it down like you were saying, like how you do your
Mhm.
journaling and stuff, it helps a lot.
Yep.
I wanted to go back to kind of like what you said. So the reason why I have the view I have about that is because as you know, I'm all natural when it comes to dating. I don't do any online dating, but I was just having a conversation with shout out to Danny, one of my mods a couple days ago. When you're online dating, you definitely like usually do the coffee date or the walk meetup, you know, because you're met online and you have to make sure they're safe. But since I'm an all natural dater and I always know the girls that I'm asking on a date already, I'm able to go ahead and put my best foot forward and like try to show the best side of me on a really nice date, and that's what locks them always in for me. But you know, if you're online dating, I definitely see what you're saying, like 1,000%. But I tell y'all not to ever online date, guys. Y'all better never do it.
I did it.
Oh, I mean,
I
she
did
did,
it.
guys. This is a generational thing, okay? It worked for her. I'm telling y'all, our generation, it's different. So I want to know now, what height does everybody prefer? Let's fly through these next few questions.
6'1" or taller.
Oh wow, we got a 6'1" over here. What about you?
I'm really short. I'm 5'1", so I'd say 5'7" and up.
Okay. What about, do you care about height at all?
No,
Your husband didn't matter?
he's 6 feet, but you know, my ex-husband, my daughter's father is 5'8", just like
Okay,
me.
so yeah, it doesn't matter. What about you?
Build off of her question. Would you date somebody that's shorter than you?
Yes.
Or do you mean her?
All of them.
All of them? Yeah. Would
all
y'all
of them,
date somebody
really.
shorter than you?
It's really hard to find a man that's shorter
Yeah,
than
true.
me.
It's hard to find
So
somebody
no.
under 5'1".
Huh?
So no.
I mean, I haven't come across it yet, so I don't have an
So
opinion.
no.
I
Alright.
would say that. I
So-
haven't come across
so
it
no.
yet.
Yeah, they
So
saying
no,
no.
you said 6'1", so that's a no.
That's
All right.
that's a sugar coat though.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Good. What height do you want, or do you care?
Yeah, I don't like tall women per se to date. If you're attractive, you're attractive. Obviously, nobody taller than me. I'm 6'2". Preference below 5'8".
Okay. What about you, man?
Yeah, I agree. I'm like 5'11", so I don't want nobody that should be hooping for the Mavs. So,
Just 5'6", maybe.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Somebody shorter than me. We can be probably the same height, but like,
What if she has heels on?
nah, she gonna have to take those off.
She can have to be a
God.
5'4",
Yeah,
5'5".
yeah, we're gonna have to meet somewhere because this ain't gonna work.
Oh God.
Nah.
All right, so now I want to know: do they need to be a gym person? We'll start with you this time, bro.
Do they need to be a gym?
Yeah,
person?
does she need to go to the gym?
Ooh, well, I guess that yeah, cause I'm kind of like attracted to like skinny short girls, like that with a nice little body. So I mean, you gonna have to kind of maintain that for me. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to the gym with you. That ain't no problem.
Okay, yeah. So at least
yeah.
it's gonna be even.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
For longevity, you got to be in the gym. For hookup, as long as you look right.
Oh man, the whales could
I
get
knew
you.
this
No,
was
no, no,
bad.
I'll just
no, no.
fucking
As
with you,
long
bro.
as you look right.
Okay.
reals.
All right. Did your man have to be in the gym? Did you care about that at all?
I did not want. Okay, this is just a quick story. When we start talking, because I just dated somebody or a few days before I met him, and I called myself going outside of my comfort zone, so it didn't work. And so when me and my husband first had our conversation, I was kind of crying, but I was laughing. I said, "Is it too much to ask for a man to have all of his teeth? Is it too much to ask for a
Jesus.
man not to have man boobs?" And he said, "Well, no, it's not too much to ask." So my husband is fit.
Okay, and
Yes.
he's at least gonna take care of himself.
Yes.
Okay. Do you need a gym guy?
No.
know-
again, as long as you just take care of yourself, you wanna look good for your partner.
Yeah, just don't be overweight or something. What about you?
Yeah,
He needs to go to the gym.
go to the gym.
Okay,
You don't
good.
have to
Are
live
you
in-
gonna go with
you don't
him?
have to live in there. Yeah, I'm in
Okay.
there.
Okay.
I have an add-on though. When I say, because I didn't know when I met my husband that he had a weight limit. I didn't know that, and we've made a commitment to ourselves. So I guess this is as kinky as it's going to get for this thing. I made a commitment to him that my stomach will not stick out farther than my titties, and his stomach will not stick out farther than his Johnson. That's fair.
Hey, no,
Hey,
like
that is.
I like that.
Yeah.
I've been wondering, like
So-
what's a good way to talk about it, and I think that's a really good way for couples to talk about it, honestly. Like
Yeah.
it's something that's really hard for people to talk about, I feel like. So wait, yeah, you had said yes. Okay. So now you know it can preferred. Can you just give me a number just really quick per year, like 50K, 75K, 100K a year? Like what are you looking for in your man? What are you looking for in your lady? We'll start with you.
I'm not. I really don't care.
You don't care?
It's more of a like do something. Now, how much you make, it really doesn't matter to me because that doesn't really attract me. I ain't gonna lie. That's not something I look for or ask for on the first date or anything like. But like, just do something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And we can work together for sure.
Okay. What about you, man? Does she need to have a certain income?
I like smart women that are working towards something. So again, same answer as before. To hook up, it doesn't matter. For longevity, you gotta have something going for you. Number doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Did
agree.
did income matter to you a lot? I'm guessing it didn't because you said he was only making around or
Well, he was making high five figures, but my minimum was 50.
okay.
Yeah.
And what about you?
I would say 60K and up.
Minimum? Okay.
It used to not matter for me, but now I would say 6 figures and rising.
6 figures and trying to go higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Why?
She needs the 6'1" guy and he has to make the 6 figures. You know the percentage chance of finding that?
No.
It's
What
very-
age? What's the age range that you want in this man?
29 to like 40.
Okay.
So do you make 6 figures?
Yes.
All right. So you want a man that makes as much or more than you?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And
makes
what about you?
sense.
Do you make 60K?
Absolutely not. I'm a server and a caterer.
So why
Well,
does
because
he?
I'm achieving a college education, and I am wanting that in the next couple of years for me.
But
And that's
for
fully-
you right now, the guy has to make 60K.
I would prefer it
Why is that?
because I'm.
I thought
starting
50-50.
to-
She
Fair
said
enough.
60-40.
That is. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair
so,
enough.
So do you make you 40K?
Huh?
Do you make 40K?
No.
So 50-50 was just bullshit, huh?
Not necessarily, but I'm also 25 still.
Yeah. but
I'm not
what's-
looking. I'm not. A lot of these questions I'm also basing off of someone when I'm ready to settle down here in the next couple of years too, and a lot's going to change in the next couple of years. So if he's already there, that'd be great. If he's not there yet, I want to know that he's at least aiming to live a comfortable life.
But right now, you said 60K. So like, how do you come up with that number?
He also said preferred.
Yeah, preferred. Yeah.
Yeah,
how,
but
how
that
did you-
doesn't mean it's a solid answer.
Yeah, but how did you come up with that number? That's my question.
Because right now as a server, I make over 30K a year. And so I live pretty comfortably with my second job is just more extra spending money for me.
For you.
And so if you're making twice of what I make, I know that you can provide a stable living here in the next couple of years. So that'd be great.
So twice. So do you
Well,
know?
I'm getting ready to graduate college in the next couple of years, and I'm aiming for that to be my starting salary.
What's your major, girl?
My major is business management.
Oh yeah, she's gonna make 6 figures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not starting out. She's not gonna make
No,
60K.
I mean,
No.
not starting out. She's
No,
gonna be
but
on her
starting
way.
out, I can probably make at least 55K.
She's gonna
What about
match
that
him.
60-40 then?
That's closer, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
When do
Don't
you
you think-
graduate?
I graduate in what year is it? 2022. I graduate probably aiming for end of 2024.
Don't you
Okay.
think that's a little bit delusional for you to expect a
Nope.
man current day to be 60K,
Nope.
but you are a server
Nope.
and still in college?
I've met them.
You've
They
met
exist.
them. You've met them. But
Yes, and they're into me even though I don't make that much money like they do because they know I am in school and aiming towards a better life.
and they are willing to go 50-50 with you.
I mean, I'm not at that point yet with them. I've just been on dates with them.
Got you. So they went nowhere. So they weren't successful.
How am I looking right now?
You're looking
Okay.
you're looking fantastic.
You are
You're looking
okay.
fantastic. You're looking
great.
good.
You're good,
But
Ma.
I'm just pointing out the
I
delusion.
think I'm a little. It's not necessarily delusional. It's the
delusional.
fact of that I know where I see myself here in the coming years as I finish my education. I'm getting ready to have a paid internship with said global company that I work for right now, catering, and that's all just through connections. That's not even through a degree right
We're
now.
talking about current day.
Current day,
not
I am
pre-
not going to meet someone until next week and commit to them right away. We're looking at next year, which things are completely changing next year.
Okay, so are you looking for somebody right now? Like, are you just dating just to kind of occupy your time, or you just
I'm not casual dating right now. I'm definitely looking for someone who at least has
Right.
potential, but I'm not rushing into anything right now.
Okay, and so you're basing your your actual dating expectations to marry based on when you make it to where you want to be, right?
No, I'm talking about like when I find someone who is as serious as I am and we're ready to give it a go. I want to make sure that we're both on the same page of living a good life, and 60K is pretty okay for someone who just got out of college. And
But-
there's a lot of people that I've met still who are in college at my age.
That are making 60K.
No,
So
but
why
I'm
does
saying,
so
but I'm saying
why
here
would
in the next year.
why would somebody that's above you settle
you're
for 50?
you're
50-50?
asking me these questions as if I'm talking to someone right now and like this is what I'm expecting of them right now if I meet them tomorrow. No, this is all like hypothetical
But
within the
that's his
next
question.
year.
That's
what
his question.
Yeah.
That's our question right
I
now.
don't
It's
think
current day.
it's that. I don't think it's delusional because
But you're
I met-
delusional.
Yikes.
I
You
know.
want some-
He's kind
you
of,
want-
he's kind of a lot.
No, but no. I mean, I understand. Like you make six
I don't
figures.
think you're
on
No,
right?
delusional.
but I've done that.
Mhm.
I've actually dated a man that made well over what I made.
Hmm.
And you
It's
guys
not
went 50-50.
impossible.
My
No,
last
I didn't go
relationship,
50-50.
I was doing
That's the
serving,
point.
which
That's
is
what's
okay,
$6
you're saying
an
delusional.
you're not
hour.
going 50-50.
Yeah,
Okay, girlfriend, you're not gonna go 50-50.
Yeah, you're not.
That's
that's
what's
what we
delusional.
saying. Like, you're not going 50-50
Well, do you
right
also
now.
remember at the end
Hold
of that conversation when I did say that these conversations are good to have because maybe, you know what, I'm realizing I'm right. Maybe I don't want to do 50-50 and I am
Right.
going to want to be more taken care of. So that could impact this question as well based off of what I had as far as at the end of that question sequence when we were talking about that. My opinion did change a little bit.
Shout out to you for growth, honestly.
Nah,
Yeah.
for
For,
real.
for
Yeah.
wanting to, listen and grow and learn
Exactly.
new things.
Yo,
you
can we
know?
get the lights up, please?
Yeah, hey, please get the likes up, guys. How many likes do we have? We have 64 people watching, and how many likes? Is there really only 3 likes? Is that fucking true? There better not be only 3 likes. Y'all need to fucking, I don't know, fix it somehow. Y'all need to click that button. Here, yeah, I want to read that. I want to read that question. No, 38 likes. Okay, we're good. God damn, scares the shit out of me. All right, well, we still need a lot to get up to 100% engagement. So y'all, please come on, like the damn video. G Complex with the $5. And yeah, I saw your 10, Bassett. Thank you for that, bro, and telling everybody to like. What does this chick bring to the guys that she prefers? 6 foot, 100K. They're talking about you. What do you bring to the
I know
table?
You're fucking talking about.
what do you bring to the table?
I bring what I need to bring. What he need.
Oh,
What-
okay.
What, do you need? G Complex 217 with your
Hey.
$5.
Yo,
She's
Fuck
got
outta
roast you
here.
for the $5, bro. Here, yeah, go ahead and put that other one up. I want to see
put
this other.
$10 up.
Put
What's
this
up?
other $5. Not delusional. I put a ring on a girl making 15K a year and make top 30% money. Men with means don't care about a woman with means. That is very true. I
Very
do not
true.
care about what my
I
girl
said
makes
that
ever.
too. I said
But
that.
the reason why he was bringing that up was because she was talking about wanting 50-50. It was all to just try to show her that asking for 50-50 while also asking for that was a little weird, I guess. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying, man. Let's go ahead and go to. We did income preferred for everybody. I need to know: are y'all very social or homebody? Let's fly through these next ones. Social or homebody?
I mean, to be a barber, I gotta be social. I can't just cut hair in silence.
Yeah.
So, but on my days off, I honestly probably would rather my peace, my time alone. Because my
Netflix?
social battery go out quick. So,
Yeah, I feel that. What about you, bro? Social or homebody?
I'm super social when I'm doing content creation. When I'm not, I'll be at the crib chilling.
yep.
Gotta do both. Are you a homebody or are you more social outside all the time?
Well, I have to say now, again, since someone pointed out whose grandma that would be me. I I am a grandmother, proud of it. I'm a homebody, and I'm really okay with it.
Guys, she's here because she has amazing experience compared to everybody else here that has no experience almost, besides me a little bit. What about you? Social or homebody?
I am more social, but I definitely have quite a few days where I'm at home and I need to just rest after a busy week. I mean, being a server and all that, I'm very social. Serving, bartending, all that. You have to talk to people. That's how you make your money. So when I get home, I'm like, even on the drive home, I'm like nothing playing in the car.
It's like the social
It's
battery
quiet,
thing. It's
yes.
gone.
Social
Yes.
battery out of there.
Okay, Michael Mitro, thanks for the $1, bro. I saw your other $2. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. And then for you, are you social or homebody?
Same social, but
Social.
needing to recharge my battery every now and then.
Yeah, this is way different. Usually the panel is like a bunch of girls. They're like, we're outside, but no. Good job, guys. Can the person you're dating have friends of the opposite sex? Yes or no?
Goofy. No.
Goofy? No.
Nah.
Girl you're dating have.
I'm not that insecure though, but cause honestly,
it's different when a girl has guy friends.
It's because it's not her. It's just I know how men are.
Exactly.
So like
yes.
they gon' creep behind that little crack on the door, and like when they get big enough for them to fit, they gonna slide.
Yeah,
And
that's a good
sometimes
one.
if my girl mad, she gonna fold like a warm towel for sure. Like they ain't no question.
He knows what's up.
Yeah, like nah.
What about you, bro?
If that guy likes other guys, then yeah.
Hmm?
If the guy is gay, then yes.
Oh,
If her guy friend is gay, then
that's
they
the
can be
only
cool.
way.
Yeah.
Okay. Or do you care if your husband has girlfriend or girls that are just his friends?
No, not really, because he doesn't have any new ones. I mean, the friends that he has is
Ones that he's known for years.
Yeah, for years. And he doesn't talk to them that often. So.
Okay. And what about you?
I would say kind of the same. As
If
long
he knew them before.
If he knew them before, because why am I going to come into your life and demand that your life change when it was already that way before I entered it? Now, if I feel a little uncomfortable, I'm going to expect you to talk me through it and assure me that nothing's going on. Or if she's going over the line, you're expected to cut it off.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no. If you need some feminine energy, talk to your mama, talk to your sister, talk to your auntie, talk to me. I'm your bestie. So no.
That's good though. I mean, I definitely think that guys should be allowed to, honestly, as long as they're from before and they're not giving them attention. You know, I think honestly, women don't like to admit it, but it's attractive when a guy has women around him. Like whether or not like he's actually fucking them or not, it's just attractive that a guy has women around him.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's just pre-selection.
You should have built off.
They don't want to admit that though.
Yeah, you would never want to admit it, but it's just honestly the truth. It's called pre-selection, which means that like you can tell a guy is safe because women are around him. Like this is why guys in relationships are usually the ones that sometimes a woman's chasing a dude in a relationship because obviously he's a safe catch. And that's why he's in a relationship.
If other girls trust him, you probably can too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at you speaking fast.
Okay. Yeah. Pre-selection is a huge deal. Isaiah Jr., no guy friends, your brother, and that's it. Yeah.
You got to
True.
think that's why girls want to be in the sections with the guys that have all the girls, or on the boat with the guys that have all the girls. And girls will go to a party if there's hella guys they're leaving. They're like, "Yo, this is weird." There's mad dudes just standing around.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Who knows how those guys are if
That's
there's no
true.
women around them?
All right, he can have 2 friends.
All right. Now I want to know, how do y'all normally source for dating? Is it dating apps, Instagram, or cold approach?
It's really, I'll say all of the above. I don't really do online like that. Like I went through a little stage where, of course, I started it, but then I realized, like, bro, nah, I'm way too much of a catch for this. So I kind of just deleted it and just, stood out more. Because when I'm out and not really like looking for stuff, I'm myself. So if you happen to come by, or you happen to catch my attention while I'm being myself, then I say that's a good sign for it. So I just say just going out really.
Okay. What about you, man? What's your biggest source you'd say of the 3?
I would say, I hate to not answer it, but it's kind of a mix for me. I'm not really like in the dating stage, but I had no sort of shortage of women in my past, and I really haven't had any problems going about whichever way I wanted to go. So
Talk your shit.
Okay. You sourced your man on Plenty of Fish, correct?
I did.
Plenty of Fish, guys. But I'm telling you, it's a generational thing.
I would not recommend it, though.
Yeah.
I would not. My husband and I, neither one of us knew that it was supposed to be a site for hooking up because we're
You're older, yeah.
Yeah. But I will say, I would agree for younger people. I would recommend that you're out more. And I think one of the reasons that I did do online is because as I've gotten older, I wasn't out more. It's not sexy for a woman my age to be out in clubs. It's just not cute. So again, your opportunities to meet people for me weren't as plentiful.
It dwindled to
Yeah.
online more.
So that's what I did. But if you're younger, like you all, you should be out.
Cold approaching, yeah, or
Yeah, you
meeting in
should
real
be.
life, yeah.
Mhm.
Organic, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
What do you like to of those three? Or not which one do you like, but which one do you like of the guys that you've talked to over the last year or two? Where did they usually, or like the guys that you really liked, where did they meet you from?
Hinge.
Hinge?
Yes,
Okay,
because
so
Hinge
online
is
dating
one
for
of
you?
those. Hinge is one of those where you very clearly can state on there exactly what you're looking for: dating to marry or long-term relationship, whatever. And I like the transparency of that. But sometimes they be lying.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, hookups. People are always trying to
I
hook up.
know.
No, for real.
Cold approach.
Cold approach.
Outside. Need to see you in 3D. See me in 3D.
Okay, yeah, no, I like it that way too. Guys, I'm gonna get up and go pee, and our co-host right here is gonna read some questions.
All right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Here we go.
So now you're just gonna go ahead with this next one, which is do they need to have a 401k, IRA, or HSA? Do you care if the guy has a savings? And yeah, you can start with her, but yeah, I'll be right back. Ask each one of them that question.
Shotzi, do you care if they have a 401k, IRA, or HSA?
Yes, I do want you to have a savings, not necessarily 401k. You can have a UIL. You can have a life insurance that you pay into, and we can borrow from that. But not necessarily a 401k. But have some type of plan going for yourself.
Is there a certain minimum amount in those that you require?
Just always be putting in there, just whatever you can put in there. I don't think
Okay.
there's a minimum amount. No.
And you, young lady?
I don't mind if you don't have any of that at the moment.
Mhm.
But I do want to know that you're money smart. At least a savings account would be good. I mean, I have a savings account. I don't make that much money, but just something so you're prepared for when you need it. Later on in life, I would look more at that, but right now, okay.
And I think that's important. Again, I keep going to my daughter when they got together. Both of them are just out of college, so they really didn't have much. But what they did, they start putting money away. So again, as long as you have a plan,
Yeah.
I think and that you are executing the plan, even a little bit at a time. What about you? Would you prefer? I'm pretty much know the answer. A 401k, IRA, or HSA? If you not for the hookup, but for the serious option. Yeah.
No, I don't necessarily care as long as they have their own bank account with money in it in general.
So there will be no combining bank accounts when you get married. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
Never.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
Pinky out.
Never.
BJ.
Yes, man.
Okay. You, sir.
I don't really care for all that. I mean, like I said, if you're doing something to make money, like, you know what I'm saying, like, that's cool with me.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we ain't doing all that joint stuff yet. I'm like I said, I'm young, so I ain't really looking for like, joint accounts and all that like that. Cause the way my gen is, like, you just really can't let them know how much money you got, cause they gonna take advantage of you, regardless if they admit it or not. So, I mean, savings account, yeah, like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's like you self-aware with what you're around and stuff like that, and you able to you're money smart. You know that you can't touch this money that's in your savings.
Right.
So I ain't got to worry about that if we do come to the point to where we have a joint account. But like I said, like, it is what it is. Like, I ain't really too focused on it.
Ladies, this young man is 21. Y'all need to quit playing.
All right, who hasn't gone yet? Did y'all all go on that question? Yeah. Okay. Good. Now I want to know: does the credit score matter to y'all?
Yes.
You got to have a good credit score.
Yes.
What number?
700 and above.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
As long as it's average, or even if you've had some hard times and you're working on making it better, then I'm okay.
It's a fixable thing.
Yep.
Number.
Yeah, we need a number.
Yeah. Do you got a number?
Do you even know what average is? No.
Nah,
What's average?
What you doing?
Huh?
What's average?
I don't even have a credit score. I just started my credit like 2 years ago, so I do not need to be speaking on anybody else's credit score.
Hey, at least she's humble. She
Nah,
knows,
nah,
man.
for real.
So did credit score matter a lot to you when you were talking to your husband?
It didn't.
It didn't.
And it needed help.
Yeah. So yeah,
It
it's a
needed help.
repairable thing all the time. So I feel like it's one of those that most
Yeah.
people don't judge because they know you can fix it.
And he did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you care about the girl's credit score at all that you're talking to?
No, but if you plan on marrying the woman, make sure her credit is not fucked up, because you will inherit whatever debt she has, and she will continue to spend, and she'll spend your money like it's not your money, like
True.
it's not her money.
Bad habits.
Literally.
Yeah. What about you? Do you care about that?
No, not really, because sometimes I ain't gonna lie, it's parents out here that'll use their kids and put it on like AT&T or something, and I just screw all of it up. Like my brother, you know, credit score wasn't all like that after my mom, so I can understand. But like you said, credit score is repairable. So like if you given like that drive to where you want to repair it, like cool. But like we ain't buying a house no time soon, so I really don't care.
But it also could show, some bad habits. You never know.
that
Like,
too.
if it's too low or something, you might be like, "Oh man, you made some mistakes." Let me get that $2 Blaze Lightyear. You find out he can dance. Is it a turn off, ladies? If
What
the
the
guy
fuck?
can
I think he
dance,
meant
is that a turn off?
Are we talking like
Can't.
pop locking?
I think he meant
Yeah.
can't.
Oh, can't.
Oh.
Maybe he meant can't. I don't
Why
know.
would being able to dance
Find
be a
out.
turn?
Being able to
I don't
dance-
know. The reason
being-
why I'm thinking that's what he might mean is because today's day and age, it's not like girls want to go two-stepping every weekend anymore. So maybe it is a turn off today. I don't know, ladies. You tell us. Like, is dancing a turn on or a turn off? Just period.
I like dancing.
You like?
I mean, don't start pop locking. And
Like, none of
what
that
do they
kind of
call it?
dancing.
Like tutting.
Don't
do that.
They got the little like EDM
Good
gloves.
to know,
Yeah.
guys. Don't do that goofy shit. What do you
Yeah,
do?
there we go.
I like a man who can dance.
Like two-step or something?
Even still, or like you go to like a friend's wedding and you guys can have a nice moment out on the dance floor.
Oh,
It's
she
fun.
with that family
Or-
reunion dance.
What? But what if he's
Hey.
tipsy and he's just like doing some weird stuff?
Oh, then I'm gonna tell him cut it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna say quit embarrassing me.
Oh, that's
Oh,
crazy.
that's
Nah,
me.
I'm gonna match that energy. If we tipsy, sure, we can. We're gonna do that.
That's what's up. She'd be fun at
Yeah.
the family reunions, y'all. Y'all need to.
No, for real.
All right. So now I want to know, Android or iPhone? Doesn't matter. Would you reject a guy just because he got the Android? The green
No,
text.
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter at all. Guys, do you care? Have you ever seen a girl with a green text bubble?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen them before, but like, I mean, obviously, if I seen it, I texted her back, so I don't care.
Okay.
If she got the green text message, she probably had thought.
I've never
Okay,
thought about
I'm
that.
I'm more like cautious with them, but like, it's really not that big of a deal to it. Like, oh, she got an Android, I can't trust her.
It
Like,
has to be
I
a red flag.
Why,
It's a
why
red
is it
flag.
a thought if she has an Android?
It just
She must be
it's-
breaking her phone
it's-
all the time.
green
If she
bubble,
had to
yeah,
go get an
cracks green.
Android.
it's just always been like a thing where I'm from. If she had the green text message, she had thought. Unless her internet not working, because if the Wi-Fi or the LTE is not working, it's gonna send as a green message.
Oh,
But as a
okay.
rule, if you got an Android,
I mean,
Where are
she-
you from?
Rules.
I know.
Man, shout out to my Android
She
users. Y'all
can
hating.
defy all the rules too.
Hey, maybe she's a woman making her own way, paying her own bills, and it's just cheaper to have an Android.
Nah.
hey, I don't like broke girls, just like you. I don't. Hey,
I
that
mean,
60K, I guess. If you make it,
Oh my
if you make it
God.
30K, you can afford an iPhone. All you gotta do is put 100 down.
You know what? As you get older,
I can't talk to a broke girl.
gonna-
I feel my values are in the right place. I don't need
No,
her.
Wait, do you have an iPhone?
I do,
Oh, you're just talking.
but my mom pays for it.
I mean, yeah, that's even worse.
No, Donnie, we've learned from the past 2 episodes that
Nice
women
up in
don't care
college,
about
isn't it?
Android, so it actually isn't that big of a deal. Like, none of the ladies lately have been saying that it's a deal breaker at all.
I mean,
Man, they
girls,
capping hard as hell.
No,
bro.
you
for
think
real.
so?
Hell yeah.
That's
Bro,
why they
if I-
got him. That's why they got him.
Hey, I got a text today asking me why my text show up with green text. I swear to God. Hey,
Yeah,
they
y'all
fucking
must be
bro.
lying.
Because they can't
All right,
FaceTime you.
I want to know what's the most attractive career to y'all. For you, man.
Whoa. Like for
For a woman, yeah.
For a woman to have.
Yeah, like a girl that you want to date, like she says she's this, and you're like, ooh, that's sexy.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I like them nurses.
Okay,
I
you
like
realize
the way
those are
you
like the
said
most
that.
toxic, right?
The nurses be nice.
You
You
know
know,
that they
she got
have-
like 3 kids.
Dude, don't nurses have like the highest like divorce rate or something, or highest cheating, highest
Yeah,
infidelity?
no,
Body
she-
count?
My friend
Yeah,
was
they got it
engaged
all.
to a nurse, and she definitely cheated on him after she forced him to get engaged to
I
her.
ain't gonna lie, bro.
After forcing
you gotta
them to
worry
get
about the same
engaged
thing
to
with
her
every
too,
female, though, so it's
that's
like-
scary.
Nurse might be worse than green text messages.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Hey, man, look. Honestly, if you keep it a buck, you're gonna have to worry about the same thing with nurses with all females.
Is it the qualities of the nurse? Like you like how she takes care of people?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I get hurt, like I know she's gonna be right there.
It's
You
like
know what
I think
I don't
there's
need nobody
certain.
calling an ambulance running my bill up. Like what's
Yeah,
up?
like-
What the fuck is you doing? Lock
Why I
in.
need insurance?
Lock in for sure. What are we doing?
We got the first aid kit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, I think like nursing, teaching. There's certain jobs that are super feminine jobs, and those are probably attractive to most guys. What about you? Is like what's the most attractive job to you?
I wouldn't put like a job, for instance, but whatever job that the woman's passionate about that is not exploiting their body. So no OnlyFans, no Instagram models, stripping,
Bikinis.
nothing like that.
Yeah.
Nothing that's explicit.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's very opposite of feminine in my eyes. Do you- is there a most attractive career to you, even though like you married your husband and he
Well,
drives?
there wasn't. I just wanted a man that worked, quite frankly, because
Yeah.
my grandfather's blue collar. But I have to tell you, since I've been with him and being out on the road with him, to see him driving that massive thing, I'm like, you gonna get it.
And be so good at
I
it?
mean, it's like it's just like
It's sexy.
it. Oh my!
ladies, if you don't love your man this
Wow.
much, you don't love your man
She
for
almost had to
real.
call him.
Take
God.
my man out.
Yeah, yeah. Like my stepdad's a truck driver. I didn't know that it was attractive, but now I'm gonna have to tell him my mom must be loving that shit. What about you? What's the most attractive career to you?
I don't have one specifically in mind. As long as you're passionate about your work and you always strive for better for yourself and the people
Garbage
that you're
man.
around.
Hey, garbage man.
Hey, garbage men, they get taken care of. They got those city benefits.
They
Yeah,
don't make-
yeah, yeah.
They
And
don't
they-
make 60K though.
Yeah, no,
So,
they don't.
no
Yeah.
bueno.
Do they make more? Don't they
Yeah,
make
they
good
I think
money?
they make like
more.
52K now.
Oh, I thought they made
Have you
good
tried
money.
being a garbage man?
No.
Of
Why
course.
not?
Why?
Well,
Why
I
not give it
mean,
a shot?
Why do
Why?
it?
See
Why?
what's- see
Why
what-
would I though?
Yo, I'm
I
not.
mean-
I'm not shitting on garbage men by any
No,
means.
I'm just
saying
I'm
they
just
don't make
saying,
60K.
No, I'm saying like city workers and all that stuff. Like I've met a lot of people who make really good money being city workers and stuff like that. They make a really good life.
I
for
think
themselves.
government jobs are some of the best jobs. My dad
Post
works for
office
federal government.
workers?
It's
Are
crazy.
you kidding
Is it based
me?
off what they benefit and not what they do? Is that what you mean?
No, I mean they work hard and they get a lot of good things in return for their hard work.
I definitely think a government job is amazing for benefits.
Mhm.
Like as
Yeah,
seeing multiple
that's what
family
I was
members
saying.
with it, it's insane. The
Bad
benefits,
boy at
that-
Walmart.
especially
Yeah.
federal jobs.
Well,
Bag
thank
boy is
you.
crazy.
Yeah, especially federal.
Try Kroger's.
Comments saying garbage men make good money, so maybe
Yeah,
I'm
maybe-
incorrect.
Okay.
No, I
Yeah,
think
maybe
they
they
do.
do.
I'm almost
Maybe
positive
they-
they make 100K a year. I'm almost positive actually.
'Cause we get a lot of
Um,
overtime, too. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what's the most attractive career to you?
I'm gonna say a man in sales. Something about closing that deal.
Yeah, being able to talk really good.
Yeah.
Being a super
Oh,
good talker.
She like a smooth.
Yeah.
man.
All right, so now I want to know what's a red flag that turns you on. We're gonna start with you this time.
Red flag that turns me on.
He's a bum.
Never. What gave that off?
Hey, sometimes girls really like them bums for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't like that.
Apparently, dudes that put you in fucking headlocks.
Hey, yeah.
That's the red
Yeah,
flag
nah,
that
she
you
like to
turn
be
on.
choked.
with.
Don't we ain't shit.
I like
Just a little though.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Put you in a rear naked choke,
just a little bit.
Like
baby boy.
No, I baby boy.
define it.
I like okay, red flag that is turn on. I don't know. Like a guy that can like I guess command a room. Like he's kind of like
A dickhead.
almost an asshole, but it turns me on.
Okay.
To everyone else except you, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Just the way that his attitude,
Yeah, like his attitude is like
commanding.
I'm me. Yeah.
All right. What about you? What's a red flag that turns you on?
I don't know. I like when he's a little like I don't know, unhinged a little bit, but
little
to people that
crazy?
are not me, like if someone disrespects me or whatever, giving them a warning and then, and sometimes people will be like, "You really with that?" And I'm like, "You see how I'm protected?" That
Okay.
can be a red flag for some people. Just depends.
True.
I got a
It's
question.
definitely red.
Earlier, you said you'll date a dude that's 5'7". Let's say a dude that's 6'3", comes up, swole as hell, grabs your ass. What you expecting your 5'7" boyfriend to do?
Yeah, that's wild.
Honestly, I don't even know what I would do. That's kind of scary.
No, this is one of my favorite questions. I like to actually go back and ask sometimes. Do you expect your man to say like y'all walk out of a club and y'all are going home, and there's a guy that's staying at the entrance of the club smoking a cigarette, and he's like, y'all walk by and he goes, "Oh man, your girl got a fat ass, bro." Like,
Yeah, fucking say something. Beat
You
his
want him
ass.
to say something?
Beat his ass.
his ass.
do you
I'll beat
realize?
his ass.
So, do you think that that is worth that your man possibly losing his life? Because in a street fight,
Mhm.
anything goes. Anything goes.
Uh.
And is it worth him possibly losing his life, going to jail that night, You know, if you
I
have
mean-
like say you're married and you have kids with this guy.
I mean, that's only
you
one
know?
outcome. He could just come home. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but-
only one outcome. It doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen, but I want someone to stand up for me.
I just want you to understand that mentality is super dangerous.
Dangerous as
Yeah.
hell.
Wait,
Super dangerous.
Way
You're
dangerous.
sitting here thinking that guys can get in just a little. It's just a little fight in the street. It's not gonna be no. People die all the time because they hit their head.
I mean, it doesn't
Somebody
have
pulls
to-
out a knife. And here's the deal: if you're with a guy who's actually a protector, has a concealed carry license, he's not allowed to go get in those altercations. You know how screwed you are if you go and you do all the stuff to get concealed carry, and then you go and you instigate a fight. You could have walked away. That's what the judge is going to ask him. Could you have walked away from that situation before you shot that
I mean,
guy?
I'm gonna try to get him to walk away, but I'm saying if he will not stop and it's the last resort, yes, I want someone who's gonna stick up for me, whether that is verbally or if it will not de-escalate and that other man is putting me in danger and that man steps in
He's
to
just
keep me from
talking. He's not.
danger.
He's just talking.
Well,
he is
then,
just
yeah,
talking
no,
shit.
if he's just talking and you can get him to shut the hell up, yeah, I'll
What do you
tell
mean
the man
get him to
shut the
shut
fuck
the?
up.
What do you mean get him to shut? So you would say to a grown ass
would
man that's 6'3", shut the fuck up. Don't talk. Don't say that to me.
In high school, I went up to a guy who was 6'2" and I slammed on his fucking lunch table.
And what
I
if that
said,
got
shut
your-
the fuck up?
What if that got your boyfriend's ass beat?
No, I did that.
No, I'm asking a specific question. If you did that, a guy that's 6'3"
Oh,
outside the club.
my boyfriend was a punk. He deserved it if he got it.
I'm asking not about that specific scenario. I'm talking about a whole new scenario. Okay, you have this guy, and the guy says y'all walk out of the club. He says you got a fat ass, and you turn around to him and you say, "Fuck you! Don't say that shit to me." And then he goes and beats the shit, and your boyfriend looks at you like, "Oh shit, I don't want to fight that guy." And then he goes and gets his ass beat. Why would you instigate that? Why would you put him in that situation? You put him in that situation.
What do you mean I put him in that
Because you
situation?
yelled back at
as
that
a
guy.
woman-
You should
as
have
a
never
woman,
yelled at that guy.
As a woman, I'm allowed to yell at a man and stick up for myself.
You're totally allowed to do that, but yeah, that guy's totally allowed to go beat the shit out of your boyfriend into
but
the
for
fucking
what?
ground.
So
When it was
let's-
an A and B conversation and the guy was with me, that's what I'm
Do
confused
you
about.
think that sticking up for yourself is when somebody compliments you and then you say shut the fuck up? You think that's
How in the world do you think that was a compliment?
somebody
like he
says
just
it-
said?
I want my boyfriend to be like, yeah,
somebody-
dog, I
yeah,
know.
if somebody's
ah."
on
Exactly,
stage,
that's
like-
my girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
taking that
like
home.
I'm not attacking you by any means, right? Like
Yeah.
grabbing a lady's ass and yeah, I'm gonna confront the dude for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
grabbing.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about words
okay,
though.
that's
I'm talking
what
about
saying.
words
We
though.
went
I'm talking
from-
about words.
I'm confused. We went from grabbing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then-
He's
and
saying
then we
something
went
completely
to,
different. He's
okay.
saying something completely different. I'm
Okay.
talking about just vocal.
Just
If
vocal.
the dude
Just
is
vocal.
just vocal, I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say something, but I'm gonna continue to walk away. I'm gonna tell my significant other, it's not worth your fucking breath. Walk away. But if that guy is gonna keep going at it, and
If he
will
keeps
not,
talking,
if-
you
if-
want your boyfriend to respond?
No, if he keeps talking, but if he progresses and comes on to us,
I'm only talking about words because there's a lot of times where you'll leave the club with a beautiful girl. I've done it a lot, and there's guys that are gonna holler at them.
I know.
Like they're always
Yeah.
guys are always gonna test you. And here's another thing, okay? If I was a kung fu master, if I was fucking Jet Li or some shit, you know what they teach you in those karate classes or in any type of self-defense things? You're supposed to walk away and de-escalate anything, especially if you have the skills.
Yeah.
Especially if you're the one that has a weapon in your hand, or if you're a concealed carry. It's your job to walk the fuck away.
Mhm.
So you should never encourage a man to be like that.
Aren't
That is
you
not
like-
manly at all.
when
It's
you-
actually the complete opposite.
Let's go with
can
TJ, please.
I think when we get in these types of discussions, it is okay for us women to say, okay, no, I'm not going to have him do anything. Because again, I think we say what we think we're supposed to say, as opposed to say because you don't have to say anything. Even if he said you have a fat ass, you don't have to say shut the fuck. You don't have to say anything.
Mhm.
Me, no response is a response.
Yeah.
I'm gonna act like I'm not hearing you. I'm not seeing you, because again, I don't know you, and I'm because as a woman, our job is to ensure that we protect our man just like they protect us. And the way we protect our man is to ask ourselves, is it worth it to put him in harm's way? Because see, I want him to come home with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that, but see, what I'm confused about is if this man says this to me, okay, and I respond, what scenario would that man who said something to me go after someone who I'm with when they don't even know if that's someone I'm with or if I'm just walking
They
out with them for
would.
the
I
night.
think
But
you-
they would, because again, there's nothing positive that's gonna come from you responding to
I've
them.
I've been in that situation before,
All
and
it
I've
takes
had
is one
and I've
time.
had
So-
it not result in that. So I guess that's where I'm not able to see that it's likely
All
to
it
happen.
Well,
takes
that's
is
very
one
fortunate
time.
that you haven't ran into a situation like that, because it does have, as somebody that's been in a lot of bar fights, let me tell you,
I
it
guess it's also a
happens.
fact of I
It
don't go to many
happens.
clubs and bars anymore.
Okay, but the big thing that I want you to understand is whenever somebody says something to you like that, that's derogatory, you responding to it, you say anything, you're giving energy to that. That guy, he said that because all he wants is for you to do what you did, turn around and say something, and you get that guy has nothing to lose probably. And what does your man have? If he's a good man, he got a lot to lose.
Yeah.
If he might have 100,000, 200,000 in his IRA or whatever. He has a lot to lose. A guy saying that stupid shit, trying to fight people at the club, trust me, he's a bum.
I
Mhm.
think
He has nothing.
what he is, and I would say this is just another learning lesson here, because we all been there where we want to, instinctively say something, like somebody said something under the
Yeah,
breath
I
or
don't
something
really
that.
like coming away from a conversation. I guess my thing is I don't like coming away from a conversation being like, man, I should have fucking said something to that dude. Like that was so
But
disrespectful.
I just don't think you should ever have that
Yeah.
mentality. If you give them energy, they won.
Yeah, the way that I
Mhm.
like to think of it going into it is just like, what are you gonna get out of saying, yo, shut the fuck up? Like at the end of the day, you could get beat up. You could. A lot of
Mhm.
times the guys, what he said, the guy's gonna attack your man because that's the closest way he can hurt you.
Yeah.
Because if a guy hits a guy, other people are less likely to jump in. If a
Mm.
guy hits a girl, you could come over here, knock me out cold. He walks in the door and sees that I'm hitting a woman,
Mhm.
I'm done. It doesn't matter whether I'm right or wrong. So the
Mhm.
best way to go about that is to attack the man.
Okay.
Also, you said the start of the question was the fact that you said we were leaving the club, and then the guy said something. The number one thing is continue leaving the club. I mean, like just because he said your butt fat, me personally, I probably be respond and be like, yeah, it is. You know
Yeah,
what
I'd be like, I'm about
And
to
just-
smash that
and-
shit
yeah,
too,
you know what
boy.
I'm saying? Like, yeah, and she drunk, and I'm finna go home and handle that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'll just keep going to the car because I
Mhm.
mean, you saying like, shut the fuck up,
Bro,
like,
I've done it 1,000 times, and when
Yeah.
you look back at those guys and you brag about what that's your girl and stuff, bro, they hate their lives even more.
Mhm.
You just made them really fucking hate their lives by saying that to them, like
Yeah.
because they wanted to get you mad, and then you're just happy
Yeah.
you won. Here, so I just need to know for y'all, red flag that turns you on, man.
from a girl. Oh shoot.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, it really is because like
Most people don't want to be attracted to red
Yeah,
flags,
like,
so it's a
that's-
hard question.
I'm
for
not
that
I'm not
reason.
really attracted to red flags. If anything, I'm more a little cautious, like because like I said, if it's a girl that I'm just trying to hook up with, I'm finna ignore all that. I'm blind. I'm Helen Keller in this bad boy. For sure. But like if it's a girl that I'm really in tune with, it depends. Like if I see the red flag and I see it's something that I'm like, okay, I can probably work with this and let her know how it is. And then she don't respect how I feel about it. Then I mean, I'm gonna just move on to the next for sure. Like it isn't. I'm not really attracted to red flags like that though.
Okay.
First question.
I
Did-
know.
Did you get this from my channel?
Yeah, I did actually.
What's a red flag that secretly turned you on my channel? But for me, I would say the Instagram shorties. Like I said before, my answer was lust. I'm big on social media, so I see them on my feed. I'm just like, oh, she's
Red
looking good.
flag,
Oh,
That's
buddy.
a red flag if she's
Okay.
posting bikini pictures.
Okay, no, okay, back it up now. Yeah, the Instagram is crazy. Like the posting pictures, like of
That
yourself.
should get you every time.
Yeah, if we talking for real though, because I understand how I be with the situationships. Like we ain't for real.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, if we a situationship, that mean I got some and you got some. You know what I'm saying? We know this. But like now if we getting for real and I see you posting your body on Instagram for something I had to work for and dudes out there getting it just for free, just by getting on Instagram, of course I'm gonna be like, nah.
I'm gonna skip to a good question that has to do with this just because of that. Can your girl post bikini pics, guys?
BDA.
Huh?
BDA. And by BDA, I mean that's brain dead activity if you think you'll get away with that.
Okay.
Like,
If you're with a girl and you are
Acronyms.
dating, is it okay if she can post bikini pics?
It depends what type of bikini picture it is. So if it's like a bikini picture, but you're with your family versus a bikini picture where you're posing, trying to
With
show
your
off your
assets.
assets.
yeah.
Yeah, it's completely different. If you're showing your experience versus your body, it's completely different.
Okay. Here, I want to know, would you remove your bikini pics for the perfect guy? Like a guy, like your perfect guy, he's 6'1" with 100K a year or whatever. You would, and he's like, hey, babe, look, everything else is
Yes.
good, but you got, yes? All right. Instantly.
Absolutely.
Down.
Would you remove your bikini pictures for the perfect guy that you really want?
If it was posted initially as like a thirst trap kind of moment, then yeah, I feel like that's disrespectful to keep having that stuff public now that you're in a relationship where people can still keep seeing that.
It's like a for sale
But
sign.
yeah, kind of. And I'm like, maybe I should like take down my hoe photos, like like
It's a
I'm
relationship
not,
thing, though.
I'm not hoeing no more. But if it's like you were saying, experience, like it's different scenario or whatever. You're with your friends or whatever. It's not for anything else.
Getting
than that.
attention.
Yeah, then it's fine.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go into phase 3 just really quick and ask a few questions on these before we get to the competitive ones. I want to know, what do y'all think about the draft? Do you think that women should be drafted?
Why did I think you were talking about like the NFL?
Oh hell no! You
That's
don't
what
want to get into our
we was there, and I was like,
The
NBA, like that was
I
loud.
know nothing
nah,
about that.
the real draft, y'all.
I
Would-
mean, I'm gonna say no because I don't want to go.
Would you give up your right to vote for the draft? Like meaning that if they were like, look, you got to be drafted, but you'll get to vote, or you're not going to get drafted, but you're not going to get to vote.
Okay, draft, but I'm gonna pray so hard you don't pull my number because I want to vote, and it's more so I feel like I have this like conviction to do so only because of like I'm a black woman, so I feel like
You need to
I
go
need
in,
to I need to do
but
that.
you'd be okay with getting drafted
Um,
in return for
I'm
it.
gonna hope that they don't, but
Okay.
okay, sure.
What about you?
I'd say yeah, in order to keep my my option to vote, yes. But also
Cap.
too, I know that if we did have a draft, I would be I would be medically incapable, so they wouldn't pull me anyway.
Okay, so, or you'd be trying to be medically incapable. You'd
They
do
don't
something.
pull you if you have like asthma and like glasses and stuff.
Yeah, no, there
apparently.
was
It's
something
crazy.
they were saying that if something bad happened right now, most of the people in the draft, like 30 or 40%, because of weight, like all these issues, they would not, any of them
Yep.
would make it. We'd be
Oh,
so
wow.
screwed in a war right now if it happened. What do you think about the draft, and would you give up your right to vote if it meant, getting drafted or not?
Well, that's hard for me to answer.
Yeah, so because you were actually in.
Because I volunteered. So,
Yeah.
I don't think I'd give up my right to vote. I do struggle with it because one of the reasons I volunteered and did it so my children wouldn't have to. Uh, but I wouldn't give up my right to vote.
Okay.
So
Guys, do you think women should be drafted?
Hell
I
no.
yeah, I don't think women should be drafted, but also the draft isn't really applicable in current day. We have plenty of people that would love to be in it that aren't currently qualifying and things like that.
Yeah. What about you, bro? Do you think women should be drafted?
Nah, I don't think it should be a draft. I think it should be a volunteer.
Okay.
Because some women actually want to do that, like, and that's cool. That's perfectly fine. But like making somebody do something they don't want to, and making a woman do something they don't want to, like, you ain't gonna never hear the end of that. So it's no, not really.
Okay.
I don't.
Guys, now I want to know, should guys have reproductive rights, meaning that he can sign the child away? So you know how you could abort the kid, only in some states. You can abort the kid. He's able to now sign his rights away and not be financially liable. Do you think that should be a thing?
They do that anyway, so yeah.
They do
sure.
that anyways?
Just sign the
Yeah.
paper.
I'd say yeah, it'd probably make it a lot easier that you're not expecting anything from anybody because they already admitted they're not part of it.
Okay.
agreed.
Agreed.
1,000,000%.
They should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
I think that's the first time we've ever had everybody agree that that should
Wow.
be a thing.
We're so cohesive.
And the reason why I think that it should be a thing is because then it's even. If women can abort it, then the guy should be able to walk away from it. And then if there's no abortion, I think that it should be even. Like right now, it's even in Texas, in my opinion. Women can abort, but a guy can't run away either. Both
Yep.
both of us are held accountable. And then if the woman can abort and he can also financially run away, they can both. You know how many times you're gonna be like, I probably shouldn't sleep with that guy because he's just gonna sign the rights away if I got pregnant by his. with his
Especially
kid.
if he's told you that he's not trying to be with you like
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it would definitely clear up a lot of sleeping around if we did it both ways. Now we're gonna get to the really fun questions. We're gonna judge each other a little bit here and give some criticism and fun stuff. I want to know, y'all. I want y'all to make one critique about each other in a relationship way, like to help them get into a relationship. So tell him what he can do to possibly find the girl of his dreams. Y'all tell them what they could do to possibly find the guy of their dreams. And then me and her are also going to give y'all advice to help y'all find the perfect person. You can go ahead and go first, man. Go ahead and tell her what can she do to find the perfect man that she's looking for? Her
I'm
6'1",
sensitive.
her 6'1", 100K a year man.
I'm just
He wants to tell me so.
I'm just doing her.
No, do both of them. You can
Both-
start with her.
Both of them. All right. I mean, shit.
Look me in my eyes.
No, for sure that. I do that all the time. So with you, honestly, I mean, since you said you already at 6 figures, right?
Mhm.
And you looking for a man with 6 figures and above. I
Mhm.
mean, shit, I can't knock that off because you there. You know what I'm saying? You speaking on something you with. Uh, and I honestly, I ain't really got no critiques on you. You just got to be more like knowledgeable and understand like getting a 6 figure dude. Ain't always gonna be just yours. I ain't even gonna lie.
Hey,
It's gonna come with some others, you know, because it might be a girl that come and spot his mind, do it just like you, but like he likes something she do that you don't, you know.
I'm not even gonna argue
Like, that's
because
just-
I've experienced
that's
it.
just-
Because you know high value men like that are like that.
Most of the time,
Yeah.
and it's
I
because
think it's a unicorn when you find a guy that doesn't cheat that
Yeah.
makes a lot of money.
Yeah,
I
I'm
call
gonna-
myself a unicorn all the
I'm
time.
gonna
100%.
keep going for it, but
Uh,
I hear you.
No
Yeah.
black man cheats, anyways.
Change.
But why just go for it though?
What do you mean?
As opposed to, what if you find the guy of your dreams and he's not 6 figures?
Is he going?
Huh?
Is he on his way?
Mm,
Is he on? Well, what if he's high 5 figures? What if he's 5 figures?
Is he on the way?
On the way to what?
On the way to
To
6
6
figures.
figures.
Like, does he have drive to make more money? Is
Yeah.
what she's asking.
That's all I'm asking, to be honest.
Okay,
Drive.
if
like,
that's the
come
case, then
on.
another thing I would say, probably don't limit
Mhm.
your soulmate to that amount, because honestly, like you, that is, it's like you ignoring a bunch of other dudes who would do a lot of stuff for you that 6 figure dude won't even think about doing.
That's a
And
good point.
honestly, he
Yeah.
won't keep doing it just for you. He would do it to like 6 other women, and you'll
Gotcha.
never know. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, a 6 figure dude ain't gonna be at the house. He's gonna be out.
And that's
Okay,
facts.
so what range, you guys?
I
Well,
think the 100K, right? Like it makes sense in theory, and we know that. This is why
Yeah.
we speak on this. Like and I see this on Fresh and Fit all the time. They say as women make more money, their options get slimmer.
Mhm.
As men make more money, their options broaden, right?
should've just
And
stayed
you
with
want
it.
to
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
No,
you
for
should
real.
have,
Honestly.
100%.
So the method behind that madness is that as a guy makes more money, he's not like, oh, this girl has to make as much or more than me, right? He's
Mhm.
like, this girl looks good. She can provide what I need. She meets my expectations. She's not being a thought, right? As a woman makes more money, he's like, she's like, this dude's a bum if he's not making 6 figures like me. I'm getting this money. He needs to be as good or better than me. He's the head of household, and that's why I was touching on her point for so long. Is just because like women expect the man to be a little bit above them in terms of monetary status, not in terms of everything. I'm not saying men are better than women. I'm just saying in terms of monetary status, most times. And it, like, for instance, she said the 60K and she'd make 30, 40, whatever, right? So just be cognizant of that and the fact that the right man can come along, and if he's not making that 6 figures, you really shouldn't just be like, oh, 100K or
off.
nothing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, the top 10% of people, or 20%, it's either 10 or 20% are 6 feet or above, and then
It's smaller than that for
It's
6
really
feet.
smaller
It's
than
super
that.
small
for
for
6
6 feet.
feet. And then you also got to factor in, once you do the 100K, then you also got to factor in what part of them are straight men. Then you got to factor in which ones are single.
I've done
Which-
the peanuts.
yeah.
I've done the peanuts.
Yeah,
I've moved
so-
them.
Like
It's
Fresh and
getting
Fit
very
likes to use this website that's
Shout
like
out
a
to Fresh and
formula.
Fit.
Yeah, shout out to Fresh and Fit. They like to do this formula, and they'll put in what the girl's wants are,
Mhm.
and it'll tell you the percentage chance of it. And dude, like for the 6 figures, 6'1" guy, it's always like less than 1%. It's always less than 1%. So
Right.
you'd have to talk to. I mean, I know a lot of guys hit you up, so there's chance, but. No, it's very hard to find a guy that's actually those things. And like he was saying, as a woman makes more money, women like to be with a guy that makes 58% more than them. That's what the statistics show. Most women want a guy that makes 58%. So if you're making 100K a year, you really want a guy who makes 150.
No, for
And that's
real.
just like, and I can
But
already tell
are you
that without.
are you prepared to pay the price for that? Because again, when you're making that much money, with each promotion that I got, they wanted that much more of my time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so basically I was competing in a man's world. So when you have a man that's making 150, you got to prepare yourself for the fact you're not going to have that quality time.
Yeah.
You're not going to, you might get gifts, but it becomes what is more important. What became more important for me was time.
Mhm.
And, does he possess, because, my ex-husband, my daughter's father, he was a six-figure guy. He worked all the time to the point that my daughter said, well, Mom, you think I've saved my allowance so I can pay for my dad to spend some time with me? Do you really want that?
Oh my God, it's like a
Yeah.
movie.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's tough.
so would you rather have a man that maybe make close to what you make, or maybe even if he makes 80 and you are 100,000, you guys are putting it together. Technically, I make more than my husband, technically,
Mhm.
but it was never an issue because it was ours, and he provided me everything I wanted, everything I wanted. So I think we do ourselves a disservice when we just say, well, this. So, I think we need to particularly like you just said, the more money we make, and let's not forget the older we get.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it 1,000 wow. Our pool shrinks.
Mhm.
I can't say I had a bigger pool when I was younger.
Yeah.
Can't say that.
And you
You
just
said you're
Okay,
29,
guys.
right?
Just think
29.
about what
Oh.
what you guys said earlier about like the handyman, right? So if he's doing all those other things, that's saving you guys a lot of money. Same thing with the women, like I said before. If they're staying at home with the kids, making the dinner, you come home, you're not spending the money on the groceries, whatever it may be. You got to like factor that in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate the perspective.
Not for real.
So, men out there, I'm going 50K.
Oh, yeah.
5'7".
Hey, she gonna have a man by next week.
I got one question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
For you, Shotzi.
Yes.
Earlier today, you were talking about your relationship with the guy, the high value man that you're with that made six figures, and that you left him because he cheated on you more than 50 times.
Yeah.
If you weren't able to settle down with that guy,
Tripping.
why do you think that you wanted again?
If I'm being totally and completely honest, it came with more than that, more than just cheating. The relationship was also beginning to be abusive, emotionally and physically. So I chose to remove myself from that situation. So there you go. If you
So
wanna go there,
49
let's go
times
there.
is the limit, y'all.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. Honestly, if you guys find out, and I think I was being a little young and naive about the situation. I didn't want to believe it, even though I knew in my heart and soul that was happening. I kind of just went along with it because I'm like, okay, maybe it's not that deep.
Well, whenever a guy's fully providing for you, because you said that he was
Yeah.
fully being taken care of, sometimes that's the thing that you truly care about more than anything. If you're truly being provided for, you'd be surprised how many women, because they're being fully taken care of, they will let a man do that type
I'm
of
not
stuff.
gonna lie, Sergio, it helped. However, I'm 5'7", over 100K. Holla at me, girl. Can't promise monogamy, but I'ma treat you right.
I told you.
Not the after
Wow.
dark.
Hey, y'all ladies want honesty and communication. There you have it.
Yeah,
right
he's
there.
Yo,
He's
you
up
got to
front.
be over 6 feet or loyal for her.
How low do I have to go to get the monogamy? How low?
Listen, all men cheat.
30K?
You can find a unicorn. Yeah, I bet if girls
70.
vetted hard
I
enough, they
think
could find a
70.
unicorn. But women just don't vet hard enough to find a unicorn.
Get that
Like
man
it's
a
super.
chance.
You have to vet very hard. And then
Okay.
even then, if you find that unicorn, the guy that makes 100K, you have to show him that you have genuine desire. But it doesn't matter. It's all about the guy. Like tons of guys make that much money, and they're not gonna give you a relationship because they just don't want to give anybody a relationship. And like it's super hard for me to give advice on something like this because I'm the opposite of most men I meet. Like there's very few men that want relationships and make good money for some reason. I don't understand why, because my girl does a ton for me. She adds to my life a shit ton. I would not be as successful as I am without her. So I'm really confused sometimes why guys who make good money aren't choosing a really good girl, because a really good girl is going to make you more money.
Right.
You're going to do
Hey,
even better.
You hit
It's
the
just-
hammer on the head, the nail on the hammer.
But it all depends on. I've had a lot of relationships that weren't like that. So it all depends
Okay.
on who you meet, you know?
You had to get there.
All right. You got to go ahead and give a critique for her too, man.
For you, I feel like you need to wait like another year and a half or so until you graduate, because right now, like your head is in a good spot, just not where you is. Like I understand, like you want to do they make this certain type of money, and then you also, do you still believe in the 50-50 after the conversation we had?
No, I'm definitely, and at the end of that question too, I was saying I'm definitely leaning towards more. I think I was thinking more 50-50 in means like, like rent. We pay equal rent, because we both work and stuff like that. But when you
Right.
get into the later aspects of life, yeah, I'm going to want someone who takes care of me.
Okay.
But I'm also looking at these questions from two different perspectives of like where I'm at now and like where I'm aiming to be, where
Yeah.
I'm wanting to
And
be.
that's a
and
good
that's
thing.
that's a big journey that I'm on. And that's why from the get-go I was talking about, I'm on like this whole self-discovery type thing, trying to figure out who I am and like what I want with my life and
Mhm.
things like that.
And that's a good thing. So like that's a good mindset. Just right now in our current gen, I say you should like. Ain't no problem with dating, but like as far as like dating to settle down, I should you got a little
Oh,
time.
my life is going to be crazy over the next year. I
Yeah.
know it's not going to be possible for me to settle down in the next year, but I am looking to find people who like, are on the same path, just kind of learning about who I am in the dating world after coming out of 2 big long-term relationships too.
So I know, and I gotta ask this question. I know women tend to say, "I'm finding myself," and that means they're sleeping around. Is that you?
No, I mean finding myself as in doing that deeper level thinking and things like that. And I'm starting to, because I dated starting so young. I wasn't, I just turned 25. I'm starting to more become a fully like, level-headed adult and things like that. And so I'm meeting a lot of people and they have a lot of really great things to say. And I'm having a lot of these really great conversations that are really eye-opening to other viewpoints of the world. And that's one thing I really do like about the dating game is I learn people from so many different backgrounds and how they view things. And they do change my perspective on some things by getting that, just that, I mean, I don't want to say
Different
I
perspective.
don't want to say crowd response because it sounds like I just have a crowd of men that I'm like dating. But no, just from like, you meet different people in your life. And if it stays, it stays. If it goes, it goes.
Awesome.
It's your turn. Give them each a critique.
First and foremost, you're not seeing enough chef dons out there because I'm 6'2", over 100K at the gym, and black men
Ooh.
don't cheat. So
Ooh,
there are a lot
Let's
of
go.
we gonna get
Okay.
a date out of this show.
Yeah,
Okay.
Call
there are
yourself Chef Don.
there are plenty dons out there than you be settled down out here. But my criticism, just to piggyback off of what he said, don't rule out somebody just because they're not financially where you want them to be currently. I'm sure you've worked hard to get to where you're at, right? You have your master's, you're making 6 figures. Why not put that dude onto that job, right? So if that dude is doing well, like decently financially, obviously if he's a bum, then yeah, rule him out.
Right.
But if he's ticking off all the other boxes, put him onto that job. I'm sure there's an opening somewhere within whatever company you're working with to where he can get financially to where you want them to be. For you, you seem to be taking constructive criticism a lot better than you were initially. I would just keep going into everything with a open mind. Take that with relationships. Don't set too high of expectations for people.
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah, just don't set too high of expectations. Like if you're in college, right, don't expect somebody that's making X amount of money just because they might be on the same growth factor as you.
Yeah,
So,
that's kind of why this conversation, even you were like, nah, give a number. I'm like kind of over here, like, I don't know, because I'm not at that level yet. I'm not out where I've experienced it for myself to where I can truly say, this would be a comfortable life if he made this, or if he did this for me. I'm gonna tell you, I've had some shitty ass men in my life. Okay, I'm trying to look for a man that's gonna treat me right, and we live just a healthy,
Normal life.
healthy life together. I'm looking 2023. I told my friend the other day, it is the year of peace.
You
I
want
am
another trick?
begging.
yeah.
You want another trick?
What's up?
Just don't look.
I know, but it's like, I work so much, and that's the only reason I reverted to online dating is I work all the time and I go to school. It's like, it's hard for me to get out there.
So you
know?
want a healthy relationship with an unhinged man?
Hey, look, it's still a red flag. It's still a red flag, okay? It's still a red flag, okay? But everybody, sometimes you want him to be, I'm not saying like
Okay.
super crazy, but like you want him to know, like that kind of riles him
Hey,
up a little
low-
bit. Like, hey, you had someone looking at your girl earlier that rile you up.
Low,
What's up?
No.
low key, you just want to protect her, and that's fine. I think every woman wants to protect her, and that's very true. Girls, it's y'all's turn. Cook these guys. I'm just kidding. Just give him a good criticism. Just help him get into a relationship. He might give him a couple good points.
Red hat. No, I was kidding. Billy, BJ, friend. I think that for you, you kind of just have to. Let me ask you first. You say you're not really looking for nothing, right? You're just out
vibing
here.
and
You're just
chilling.
vibing.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't need to chase no girl.
Yeah,
The right one's
nah.
gonna come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gonna pop up.
Okay. Sergio's correct. He's right on that. However, I guess just make sure that like the woman that you're dealing with or girl, whatever, just knows that you're vibing. Like don't make it seem like it's something that it's not, because
sure.
you like don't make it confusing.
Women
But
hate it
if
when a
you
guy
wanna-
wastes their time.
If you want to vibe a little bit, but make sure you have a set plan to say, okay, at this time, at this place, I'm not going to vibe no more. My vibe's going to stop, or my vibe's going to transform rather, and just, find you somebody. You seem like a nice person. You
Thank
remind me of my brother,
Damn,
my
for
younger
real?
brother.
You and your brother close?
Sort of. He don't talk much.
I want to know if you're kind of projecting what you've experienced.
No, I don't think so. I think just from like what he's
But do you
been
think guys do
saying-
that a lot?
What?
Like they'll like they'll stay talking to girls and not say anything. Like how you're telling him, like if you are just vibing, tell them exactly when, how long, and all that.
I think sometimes that can happen.
Would
And
you
I don't
admit
think
that that's
it's
something that like
intentional.
you see happen a lot, even maybe personally in your life a little bit? Like guys have done that to you, like where they like y'all will be sleeping with each other, but they're not going to be fully honest with
No,
what they
because
want
I
out of
asked
it.
a lot of questions, Sergio.
Okay, just making sure. I've heard what you said.
No, I get it.
Probably 20 times, and,
Yeah.
and we've only had this show going for a few weeks. It's something that women say a lot to men, like that are the vibing or younger men, like,
Yeah.
hey, make sure though to be honest with those girls that you're talking to. I just hear it a lot, and
Gotcha.
I think it's ironic because I think that a lot of women honestly deal with that all the time, and I always tell women, don't deal with that. If a guy, like, that's why you're supposed to not give up the box. Honestly, you're not supposed to do that, because what happens if you give it up to the guy that's nice and buff and cute? He's just gonna run game on you all
Right.
day long.
Exactly.
And so, like, but women do that. I'm not talking specifically you, but women, y'all know it. It happens all the time.
And I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that it's never happened. I've been a young girl before,
Yeah.
so that's why I say you're 21. I've been 21.
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Don't mess with them girls'
know how it
hearts, bro.
goes.
Don't
Yeah,
break
that's
their
all I'm
hearts.
saying. And I only say that too because it's like it's not much I can critique him on. He's got a pretty good head on his
Yeah,
shoulders.
true. That is very
Yeah.
true. You got a lot going for you,
Yeah.
man.
Thank
But
you.
what about Don?
Don, Chef Don. I would say more so just your lust thing,
Just don't be so lustful.
I'm
Period.
sorry, my eyes.
He's just
work.
living. He's
My
just
eyes
living
just
life
work.
right now.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Look
But
at him.
appreciate it. Yeah.
No,
Look at him.
I
Good
get it.
gosh.
Yeah, look at them eyes.
Thank you.
I get it. That's all.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay.
Yeah.
Give them each one.
So this is kind of difficult because like I'm not saying like I'm gonna be mean or anything like that. I'm just trying to think of like
Go
how I
in
wanna
on
put
them.
it-
Yeah,
No,
go-
I want to think
yeah,
of how I
go
want to put it
crazy.
into words because I don't know you guys outside of these conversations that we have had today.
You're not gonna
Outside
hurt
the
our
preference
You're not
feelings.
gonna hurt our
question.
feelings.
No,
Yeah.
so-
no, I'm just saying I'm trying to make sure I'm being accurate with what I'm saying based
Okay.
off of what I've heard.
The
here
answers you've
tonight.
heard, yeah.
Yes,
Appreciate
yes,
it.
because that's all that I know you guys off of. I don't really have like any room to give you this all wise advice because I don't know you guys personally.
They didn't say no misogynist shit.
I
I'm
mean,
just kidding.
you know.
Did we say anything? Like,
and some things you said at first it kind of put me off, but I understand where you're coming from, so it's not like it's completely not backed.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, for you're 21. I was 21 4 years ago. That wasn't that long ago. I think that I would agree. You have a really good head on your shoulders. We all have said this here tonight. I say stay strong with what you like to do and all that. And you're gonna get a lot of girls who are gonna be like, man, I heard your song, blah blah blah.
I see you
Don't-
cutting hair.
Yes, I see you open that shop. Don't let that deter you because you seem like a guy who really like deserves a good woman. And when you're ready to have that, because right now you're just chilling, right?
Mhm.
When you're ready to have that, I see you have not really any problems finding that.
Thank you.
Very genuine, and especially you talking about how you grew up in a house full of women, you grew up around women. I think that's gonna win you big points too with women too.
I agree
Nice,
big
thank
time
you,
with
thank
that.
you.
I don't know really what to say because you have kind of a thing going on. So I don't really know how much I have to like work off here of like giving you any advice when you kind of aren't really looking for any because you've got someone that you're interested in. Maybe just always continue to stay open-minded. And just because someone has other aspects, I really like how you were saying earlier, as long as we are on the same page, basically morally and all that stuff, I really just say continue strong with that because that is how I feel like you are going to get your perfect person. I see you as being a person who probably is going to be with someone else who is like very headstrong and you guys are going to butt heads a lot, but at the end of the day you know how you feel about each other and that's what's going to be getting you through.
Got you. She has something to say. Let's hear it.
Yeah, do you want to go first or me go first?
No,
Well,
I
one
was-
of us is gonna give them all critiques
I was
too.
gonna say headstrong is No, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. All right, I'll start with the guys. Let me think. I'll start with you, bro. Piggybacking off of what all they said, you're really good. You got a lot going for you, bro. Yeah, just don't let a girl mess it up. But like I like to always say to guys, I don't like it when guys stay single for years. I think it's a bad. I think you can get into a habit, just like anything else in life. If you do it for years, you're gonna stay that way. So I don't know how long you've been single. What you say, a year? I think almost a year. Just don't push it off too long. And I think that you should definitely get into another relationship with a really good girl because I know you can find one because you have all the good traits and you're good with women because of your family. But you're gonna go like you're already making really good money. You're already doing really good. Find the right woman, and you're gonna go all the way up here. I'm telling you, I know it for a fact, and I think that every guy doesn't realize that today. So really find that perfect girl. Figure out how to vet for it. The big thing I like to tell people is if you're fully in your provider role and you're taking care of her, she's gonna fully fall into her feminine role and take care of you. So really, really try to be a provider, even though you're talking about 70-30 or 60-40, try to at least for the first few weeks with certain girls that you really like, taking care of everything. Any demand that they have, take care of it and just see if she falls into the exact same role and starts doing all the stuff at your house without you asking. If she just naturally does it. And then that's how you'll know who's the right one.
Okay.
Don, you're killing it, bro. Like it's really hard for somebody that has the status that you have doing YouTube and stuff. It's really hard for you to settle down. But at the same time, like I told him and like I tell every guy, you know how I am about relationships. I think that you could go up way further if you found the right girl. And remember, I know you've heard me talk about sourcing a lot. If you source them correctly, I think you could find a bad bitch, bro. That's really gonna take you up big time because you got beautiful eyes, man. Yeah, I know you got all the women coming for you all the time, so it's just a matter of filtering. Pause.
He knows it.
So yeah, we just gotta make sure that like you're just vetting super hard and that's it. But I think that you could fucking find somebody that really takes you to the next level, especially like I've been talking to my girl about this a lot. Like when it comes to YouTube, like she's gonna take over all my YouTube stuff soon, and like you could easily find a girl that does all that, so then you get to put your time into another money making scheme. Okay, but ladies, for you, how old are you again?
29.
29. So I hate to say this.
Just
Age is
say it.
everything for a woman. It's literally everything. I'm sorry. And it's a really backwards thing. Guys start getting into their prime at 30, 35. Women start, you're getting into geriatric pregnancy around 34, 35. Like you start losing eggs. Everything that men value is youth usually. Those guys that you're really gonna want that are like successful and stuff, they're gonna choose the girls that are 5 years younger than you. So you're at a point where I always say you need to kind of get your shit together. And what I mean by that is like you need to find a guy soon. And by that, like I was telling him, like the right woman will fall into a role. You need to find a man that follows his provisioning role, and you need to fully fall into your role and prove yourself as a woman. I always try to tell people that like men, like at the very top of the pyramid, you got to be a provider. That's number one thing for 10,000 years that men were. Okay, so you got to be a provider. Right under that, it's your social skills. It's how big your social group is, how big your family is, how good is your social skills. Okay, and that's what locks a woman in. That's what makes her. She might sleep with the guy because he's a provider, but she'll leave if he's a dork or something. He's weird or he doesn't have any friends. But if he has a good social group, good family, all this stuff, it's gonna lock her in. But for women, your beauty is what's going to get you in the door. Your top of the pyramid is beauty. So you need to leverage your beauty to get the best guy, but to lock him in, the second thing under that is doing stuff for him. What does he need filled in his life? Where can you fill in the gaps of his life? Cleaning or whatever it is. Most men have a gap somewhere and you just need to fill that gap. So that's how you can find the best guy in my opinion.
Gotcha.
For you, you have a really good mind when it comes to growth. You are so good at like learning something and being like, or like letting go a personal thing, or you're just like me in the way that you don't personify with things. Like you'll learn something, but it's not your soul. You're willing to let that go and learn something new and let it replace it. That's a beautiful skill to have. You're gonna go so far in life with that skill, especially at your age. But like I told her, you still have a time limit. So it's that, and for women, it's harder today than ever because so many women are getting to your age and saying, "Well, I'm gonna just wait another couple of years and then I can take it serious," because you're still going to school and stuff. It's hard to do it early. It's hard to do it like our grandma or grandfathers did, But you still need to try. Like you said, you're already trying to find a guy, but it's just so hard, especially in the Christian world, especially, just like trying to find somebody that's not some hedonistic piece of shit. It's really hard. I just want the best for you. You know, I hope you can find what you want, but it's just so damn hard to find a perfect guy, you know. But I really hope you find it. And you don't have crazy things you're looking for, like 100K a year or 6 foot tall. So you could, so like you might be able to find it. No offense to you at all. It's just, but you should be able to find it, you know. You can go ahead and give them each one too.
Okay, I'll start with Shotzi. I think what Sergio said is absolutely spot on. And from a woman's perspective, again, one of the things I remember many of my friends in college, they wanted to be married and wanted to have children, and they pursued their careers. And many of them did not get married and don't have children. I think, and I would have been one of them had I not had my daughter at 27. I probably wouldn't have had any children, and I knew that that's what I wanted. So a lot of times I didn't know that charging forward with my career, that my those years of my prime were going away, because again, I'm cute now, but I used to be fine. So it's very important. And I thought that I always would be fine. I didn't think that I would just be cute. So it is very important to maximize those years while you're fine. Find a good guy. And a good guy is something is not just commensurate with how much money he makes. One of the things that led me to my husband is that he was the first man that literally that prayed for me. That was huge. On our first date, he took care of everything. And he continues to do that, and he continues to lead me. And it's interesting. We did have the conversations about money, but those weren't the salient conversations. The conversations was about family, about, even though he was a truck driver, I said, well, and this is very important. When you said, is he on his way? Well, when you find a man, make sure that, if he has drive, but you don't want to try to make a man over. I remember I asked my husband, because he's been a truck driver for 30 years. I said, well, do you want to be a supervisor? Well, no. That was it. I accepted him as a truck driver. He didn't want to be a supervisor. That's it. Don't try to make him over. As long as he has a drive, a work ethic, he's able to sustain himself and add to you, and you add to him, then let him be who he is, because you're not going to want him to change who you are.
Preach. Preach.
Not for real.
Big facts right there.
So that's what and again, you're beautiful. You have a nice personality. I just think, sometimes we look too much on the number. I've never in my life heard so many women talk about six figures until the last 10 years, ever. I grew up, you just wanted a man who had a job.
In a house.
A job, yeah, post office, GM, something like that. But now we have to, and these jobs you were able to raise families on. And why don't women not understand that even if a man is making this and you're making that, you're putting it together so you got more. And I think we don't think about that. So that's what I would say. Just kind of keep your mind open on that. You remind me of my daughter, because you're so young, and that's a good thing. I don't want you to focus too much. Like they said, focus on your school now, but you have opportunities to meet people because of the work that you do. And I don't think online is the way for you, just in my opinion, because you have opportunities to meet people. You're in college, there's social groups in college, and your work. And my daughter met her husband in college, and they were both building something together. And that's what you want. And you build it together. But, you have an open mind. You are open to constructive redirection. I don't say constructive criticism. I say constructive redirection. And that is very important, because a lot of young women just ain't.
Yep.
I'm not gonna act like I know everything. I'm 25.
So thank you for that.
Humility.
Yes.
Great.
I don't.
That's a great trait to have.
I love meeting new people. I love hearing what everybody's had to say today, because like I said, we don't know each other outside of this building. And so to have any kind of say or whatever, but to be able to listen with open ears to what everybody has said enough to have something to say, I think is really good.
Yeah. No.
And even though we don't know each other, I'm from the school of thought, and the generation where we say first impressions are lasting impressions.
True.
Now, first impressions are lasting. They're not always accurate, but they are lasting.
Yeah.
They are. Yes.
And these impressions that I have from you all, I really appreciate. I've had a good vibe. I was impressed by you from the jump. You seem kind of quiet at first. Maybe you were matching my energy, trying to fill the room, but you are very very humble, very driven, very kind person. I'm going to say to you, don't allow a woman to trick you off.
He already looks like the type that he don't play that game, right?
Don't,
not really.
and because and here's the thing, when just like women are not good at vetting men, sometimes men are not good at vetting women.
Facts.
So when you have a girl that you're interested in, take her around your mom and your sisters.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
'Cause they
And my
peep game.
mama knows for sure that she look and you know it's crazy you say that. This is a crazy thing. The day that me and my ex broke up, she came to my crib
Mhm.
and broke up with me, you know. But my mom was there. And she so happened to be there. And when my girl came in, like you could see her face was like, oh, she's here. You know. The next morning I called my mom. I was like, hey, like she broke up with me. You know, I was a little hurt, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
my mama was like, I already knew. And it was crazy because I'm like, yo, how did you know that? Because we've been good. We've been locked in for about 2.5 years. But my mama knew just that one day. She was like, something was up and I already knew.
Damn, that's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
And she knew before then, but she was waiting for you to figure it out.
Hey, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
She, you know, because game recognized game.
Yep.
Just like when a woman, if you don't have your father around, go to uncles, brothers, somebody, cousins.
Yep.
Somebody, because again, we're so enamored by the eyes and the smile. Yeah. But
True.
you know, but that's how we should do it. So again, don't let no young woman turn you into something that you're not.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
And if she in the first red flag that someone that you're interested in, that goes for all of you. Don't be excited by it. Tell them to kick rocks.
Yeah.
Because it's not cute.
Yeah.
You are a handsome young man. You know what you got going on. You know what time it is. I mean, like I said, I tell you, remind me of my nephew. You know what time it is. But what I like about you, very smart. I can tell from the get go. You're driven. You know that you have tremendous options. Just don't hurt them too bad. Is all I'm saying. That's all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's like they're always saying, just tell them early on.
It's demon time.
Yes, that's all I got.
Okay. No, all right. So now we're gonna get to the very, very last part. This is my favorite part, guys. All right.
Mine too. Let's go.
We're gonna do smash or pass. It's just for the singles, or for just for y'all. We're gonna start with you, bro.
You sure you don't want to start with the girls
Start
first?
with the
Start with
girls.
the
Start with the girls. Okay,
Yeah, that
yeah,
way,
we never
yeah.
start with the girls. We're gonna start with the girls
Yeah.
tonight.
What's up?
Smash or pass? Smash or pass?
Pass just because I don't usually go for people that are younger.
Okay, good excuse. Smash or pass?
Pass because we have definitely been butting heads.
All right, smash or pass?
Pass, pass.
Pass.
Not on your looks. You guys are very handsome.
Because they're
young
too
men.
young?
Yeah. Just not my type. That's all.
Well, what is your type?
That's a good question.
My type.
In a suit? You like
no,
the
because
suited
then
guys?
y'all gonna say that's more criteria I'm never gonna meet.
Yeah, the guys on the internet are gonna
I-
be screwed if
you-
she
you-
says
I
any more
know they're
stuff.
gonna hate me.
You've got to say it.
They're gonna
though.
hate me.
What is your type?
I just like them a little bit bigger, like a little bit bulkier, and a
I
little.
mean, Don's going to
more-
the gym. He's almost
and
there.
a little more melanated.
Melanated.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So, well, you know, Don
Darkers.
bench presses 315 pounds.
Wait, I'm so confused.
do?
Melanated,
You mean
like
darker?
Yeah, can I say that here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just did.
You're
Yeah.
black.
I just feel like they're both pretty black. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
You like dark
more,
skins?
More black.
You like dark?
It
You like
get
dark
darker.
skin?
It get darker.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
Okay.
lie. Like,
Okay. Well, she likes dark skin.
It get darker. Not this dark.
You don't want Mike Black.
No, not my.
All right.
Okay.
But no, you guys are very handsome. I'm sure lucky women.
Man, guys should have gone first. Yeah, right, bro. You go. Smash or pass?
Guys different, so I don't really look at all the stuff you was talking about. I don't really looking at that. So I'm a smash,
Smash or pass?
and then I'll probably pass you. You just not my type.
Type. All right. Smash or pass?
Can you do a little 360 for me real quick?
For the camera. Put
for
the
the
right
camera. No,
camera
no,
on.
screw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta do it for the camera. Oh man, that's nothing.
That's two 180s.
Well,
I can't spin around like that.
he's like, I barely saw it.
Maybe if I had a couple more of these. Yeah, but no. No.
No, man, this was the most like dull board ever. Nobody wanted to smash anybody. Well, I mean, but everybody was really fun.
You talking about?
Oh, yeah.
She,
Oh,
she
yeah.
going from the get go for sure.
Oh. Well, I mean, for the most part, this was one of our least orgy groups. All right, sorry guys, we will not be going to OnlyFans tonight for the second episode. I'm sorry. We will see y'all though on Friday. Monday. So we will see y'all guys on Friday. Thank you, beautiful ladies, for coming. Thank you so much. Here, plug in your channel really quick one last time.
Yes, I'm Mosaic with TJ Randolph on YouTube and mosaic.tjrandolph on Instagram.
All right, and you plug in too, bro.
Hey, it's your boy Chef Don on YouTube. That's CHEFDON, and then the Chef Don on Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming. Also, man, y'all did awesome. Y'all did amazing. One of our best shows by far. A bunch of dateable people. So everybody slide in the DMs. I'll post that in the description later on tonight. And we will see y'all on Friday, man. Good night, guys.
Deuce.
Peace out.
Deuces.